people are going to Rumble and shit.
Yeah, Rumble. The bosses had told us a minute ago to open up Rumble pages. We got some. Oh, well, we got the Odyssey pages.
I got the Odyssey page.
Yeah. We
But I
live,
was
y'all.
having a hard time. I was having a hard time uploading to the Odyssey page at times. So I just reverted back to YouTube.
Yeah. So that shit go down.
But I got 5 pages on YouTube.
Yeah, I know you got a lot of pages, bro. I mean, it's cool as long as you remember the passwords.
Yep.
When one get knocked out, you just move right to the next one.
Password is the same for all of them.
Yeah, keep on going.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I was telling the brother from Memphis chimed in because he saw the comment the dude made, and he said, dude is through."
Yeah, man.
He just threw, man.
You got so that's all right, man. You growing, so we all been there. But yeah, that should be frustrating. It do, but at the same time, you know, that's what it said. Again, if our gospel be here, it's hit to them.
Yep, the Lord just ain't dealing with it. That's all.
And that's one thing as you grow, it's like a callus on your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Over and over, it gets tough.
Yep.
You know, you realize that. Hey, look, when I first came in, bro, I was the same way. I was trying to save everybody. I was telling anybody that looked like a Jake, everything, and then either scoff, didn't get it, and I was like, damn, man, what the fuck, bro? Then I realized through the spirit, it ain't for everybody, baby. It's like a fraternity, bro. These niggas that's in these fraternities, they don't tell you the secrets of that shit. Most people, they get excited about the shit they see, the dancing, the chanting, but they don't know the shit that you gotta go through. They don't know the bullshit.
That's right.
They don't know the intricacies, man. And it ain't for them. And then they had a term called GDI, goddamn individuals. So if you wasn't in a fraternity or sorority or the BGLO or whatever, they would call you GDI, which is basically like a term of not endearment, but it's just a term of I forget the name of it.
Shame or something?
Yeah, something like that. It's basically like a derogatory term. Yeah, you ain't following nobody, so you just a GDI. Hey, sometimes it ain't wrong. Ain't nothing wrong being a GDI,
It ain't for you.
Yeah, it ain't. Hey, that do evil. That shit ain't for me, bro. I see niggas getting beat and spat on and talk shit. Bro, I actually witnessed this shit. It ain't like I said, you know what? I don't want to be a part of these organizations because some shit I heard about. I mean, I remember, and we'll open up the camera in a second. I remember when I was a college student, man, and I had to stay with one of my homeboys and shit at his crib. He was a member of a Greek organization and shit, and it just so happened that their Greek headquarters was in my area where I lived at. So all them niggas came, all the niggas from the main school, like literally up the street. Everybody that came from our school, which is like 4 hours away, and I remember these niggas trolling through the house, bro. And my room was the basement, so I had to sleep upstairs because these niggas in the basement. So I'm up there, all I heard was crying, whimpering, smack, whimpering. These niggas repeating shit over and over again. One nigga was crying. I was like, what the fuck? I go downstairs at this all over. It's like going in a room after somebody get their ass beat. Like, yeah, these niggas' shirts was tore over. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, hell no. And then, like me and my mans, one of my close friends and shit, we went to one of their parties. This is like, I don't know which semester, we went to one of their parties and shit. And man, bro, these niggas was gay. Like, yo, these niggas was running around the house, chasing each other in their underwear, bro. We thought it was a bunch of bitches coming over. They invited us. We didn't invite ourselves. They invited me and my mans, and we was like, it was some bitches that we knew that was going. So we was like, yeah, you know, we want the hoes. We sitting in the, me and my man, I never forget it. It's like, yes, he'll tell the same story, same way. I'm sitting on the couch. I'm sitting next to this man, my homie. We sit on the couch, and they had like a red light on and shit. I'm looking at shit, you know, I thought because I was high at the time, I was like, man, I'm bugging. Like, no, I ain't bugging, bro. And my man sitting run, and when we seen he was the president of the organization. We see this nigga run out of the room chasing a nigga in his underwear, no shirt on, his drawers, bro. And it was like them niggas playing ass grab. Bro, I looked at my man, I was like, we out, man. He's like, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. And I was like, yo, so as soon as we left, right? Soon as we started running, them niggas chased us out of the crib. The nigga came outside, because we was cool with one of the dudes. One of the dudes, he was a cool dude, he wasn't no faggot. He ain't come off like that. But the president nigga that was chasing the other nigga came out. He came out wrapped in a robe, boy, like a silk robe. He was like, look, don't tell anybody what happened and shit. Like, I was like, no, bro, we ain't gonna say nothing, bro. That's y'all shit. Yo, we ain't got nothing to do with this, bro. He's like, don't tell them. And since then, they was like looking at us weird and shit.
They
but
were Jakes or Edomites? Or
niggas.
Oh, shit.
It's kept off aside. It's one of the major Black Greek organizations. I didn't want to put it out there, but these niggas get down like that. And when we saw that, I call my man right now, just to let you know, like, yeah, man, that shit really happened. We told my homeboy, he was an upperclassman. We told him, like, recently, because we always had a clean conversation. He was like, don't say nothing. Let me see what he gonna say. Said word for word. I was there.
Yeah.
We was like, yo, I remember we saying, like, we ain't doing this shit, bro. We made a pact right there. We was like, bro, we not doing this shit, bro. I'm cool. I'll do something else, but I ain't doing that shit, bro. And then it's like, so when you see things, you see these things, and you see things and you realize that, look, I don't want to be a part of that. Likewise, being in the truth. Right. Look at these niggas in the world. I don't want to be a part of these niggas. Hey, open up the camera. I'm back, bro. You got it.
Yeah, hate evil and love the good, man.
Let me get that real quick. Hold on. Hate the evil.
Yeah, man. This world teaches you to love the evil, man. Like they'll start poisoning the minds of the people little by little to the point where like now everybody fucking loves evil, man. You know, and that's the opposite of what our Lord told us to do, man.
Ones that call good evil and evil good.
That's right.
What's that? Going to them they call evil good and good evil. What is it? Isaiah 5:20. Yeah, this nigga got thrown into prison. That nigga got found guilty for rape. Remember that nigga Nature Boy? He came out here and he got kicked out.
Crazy.
Y'all remember that? He
went to where did he go?
Yeah,
to?
the Big Island, the whole coast.
Yeah.
He kicked them niggas up out of Hawaii.
They was there for like maybe a week or two.
Yeah, they got him
Yeah, he was the one that was saying that he let his children play with his penis.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
is that what he said?
Yeah,
yeah,
he
bro.
said that shit.
He having sex with his women and shit, and
Let
he
his
just let the
kids
kids play with his fucking rod and shit. I'm like, yo, Jake is tripping.
Out of that, brother.
Hey, Shalom Amakim. We want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Kodash.
Want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone for teaching truth and for ruling well. And peace and salutation to all you Akim out there pushing and defending his gospel throughout the four corners of the earth, as well as to the believers in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, the men as well as the women, the hopeful elect. Hey, we the brothers from Gmshawaii, and we out here once again to Wadi Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai to prophesy the word of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai to our people, man. You know, and to bring condemnation to this wicked kingdom, you know, of Esau, Edom, of the so-called white man. And as we were going into, you know, this place, you know, Esau has taught the entire world, but chiefly our people to, you know, to love and indulge in wickedness, man.
Yeah.
Which is the total opposite of what we were created to do. You know, people think that, you know, everybody has or everybody can choose their own destiny and all this bullshit, free will. But nah, man, you know, chiefly our people, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, those of you that make look like these other nations but go back to our people, man, you were created to worship Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai and to be an ambassador of righteousness upon this earth, man.
Right.
You know, so that we may glorify him that created us.
Right.
And right now our people, they've taken onto the customs of Esau, Edom, and the heathens, man, and all they do is wickedness, man. You know, so if
I got a precept. Hey, this look at Amos 5:15. Hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate. It may be that the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, the Most High, the power of hosts, will be gracious unto the repentant of Joseph. The remnant of Joseph.
That's right. So hate the evil and love the good. That's what we're supposed to do, man. But our people right now, they do the opposite. They love the evil and hate the good. Every time they're being reproved, every time they're being corrected through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, all they do is what? Scoff, start you know, bringing false accusations upon the men of the Lord, you know, and they know that what they're doing is evil, man. But yet they choose to speak against righteousness, man. You see, and it says that the second part.
It says
might be.
It says hate. Amos 5:15. Hate the evil and love the good. Establish judgment in the gate.
And that's something that our people again are not doing, man. You know, some of our people see that our people doing wrongs. Like, you know, you have this generation of, like Apostle Ramla was saying yesterday, of these new niggas that are like super wild, man.
Yeah.
And their parents aren't correcting them, man. They're not bringing forth righteous judgment upon their families, man. Especially the women. They just letting these wild kids do whatever the fuck they want, man.
Yeah.
So it says establish judgment in the gates, man.
Let me read it in the teacher. Amos 5:15. This is the book of Amos 5:15 in NLT. It says, hate evil and love what is good. Turn your courts into the true halls of justice. Perhaps even yet the Lord, the Most High, the power of heaven's armies, will have mercy on the remnant of his people.
That's right.
Just like your brother, because Joseph is Ephraim, the northern kingdom, right? And when you read Amos, that's who Amos was speaking to. But that goes for all us people. If you establish judgment in your gates, man, justice, the halls of justice in your own gates, hey, the Most High may have mercy on you. Because that's what we're doing. This is establishment of true justice. Hey,
right.
Esau talking about equity and equality. First of all, there's no such thing as equality, but equity, yeah, we establishing equity amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? You exercising these. This is what the priest is going into. This is something that you're supposed to establish even in your own home, amongst yourselves. You ain't got to be a priest to do these things, to establish justice amongst yourself. But that's why you got these wild animal niggas out here, because they don't establish no justice. You know, the Northern Kingdom used to get a lot of credit because their so-called families were together. But now you're seeing these niggas coming from down south. Them niggas is just as wild as the niggas that's here. Even worse.
Yep.
Why? Because they ain't grow up establishing judgment amongst themselves. You got the woman ruling the household. The man, he's weak. All he do is go to work, come home. You know, he rule over his daughter with an iron fist, but you're supposed to rule over your daughter, especially if she's out of order. But it be to the point where, like, y'all have all kinds of wickedness going on. We ain't used to know about the molestations. We ain't used to know about the horn your kids out. We ain't know about that shit. All we saw was y'all was together. Y'all got the same language. I'm talking about the Southern Kingdom. We grew up around Puerto Ricans and Mexicans and shit. We thought y'all had it all. Y'all niggas worse.
Yeah, and really the only reason why, you know, the Northern Kingdom be together is because down in those South American, Central American countries, man, it's not easy to go find a job, man. A lot of the Northern Kingdom, you know, they're not educated. They don't have a high school degree and shit, so it's hard for you to move out and just be like, yo, I'm gonna go do my own thing. While over here in Babylon the Great, it's easy, man. But yeah, like the brother's going into, man, hey, the Northern and the Southern Kingdom are both fucking wicked as hell, man. You know, I was watching a video that you mentioned, the migrants coming up here. There was a fucking guy from, I don't know if he was a Peruvian or Venezuelan, and this motherfucker was pretty much saying like, yeah, look, I'm living off of the taxes that you're paying and whatever, and I ain't gonna get a job, and I'm gonna just live off the taxes that you're paying and whatever. I'm like, yo, bro, this is why the Lord told us that if your son be lazy and slothful, stubborn, to stone him, man, because that's the type of men that they breed. Wicked men, lazy, that are just coming to do what? To do wickedness, man.
And they live up to those stereotypes that Esau put out about you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes and they'll put that shit out there because it's gonna stoke the fire of them Edomites, them working class Edomites that actually believe that it's you fucking Jakes out here taking their jobs and taking their taxpayer money, which really all of that shit is getting manipulated anyway. But nonetheless, Jake want to come up here because it is an easy life up here. You got social services and programs. With that one mayor, Adams, he's the worst mayor since fucking Dinkins. He's the worst. And niggas ain't good mayors. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Every nigga mayor that ever been, they all suck. But the point of the matter is, this nigga said that he want to give over $56 million to the migrants, $10,000 and on debit cards a month. You can't even get $10,000. The average Jake, working class Jake, and you actually saw Jake in Chicago cussing out the cops, how the fuck they get to come here and all this other shit, and we been here and we don't get shit. And niggas want handouts. Look, man, the handouts about to be over.
Right.
Because of niggas like that. It's always one nigga. It's always one nigga that will fuck up a whole fucking thing, man. You can't, that's why niggas all that group economics and all that other shit, that should have never worked with these people on this side right here, bro. Because niggas can't get it together in their own house. How the fuck you gonna get it together in your so-called communities? How you gonna get it together on a national scale? How you gonna get it together on a worldwide scale? Because everybody want to ball. Really, y'all niggas just want to get money like the dude so he can put his feet up and bullshit. You know what I'm saying? When it's really people that actually get caught up in the mix that's really trying to work. Motherfuckers will get over here and just work for nothing. Literally nothing. But that's because they have a working mentality. I gotta earn my pay. Most people, but a lot of you motherfuckers, you just coming up here just to fuck it up for everybody. And what it's gonna do is, when Jacob Shovel comes, it's gonna turn that scope on you. And that's, remember I said, one nigga spoiled a bunch. That's why it's gonna be every Jake gonna be in the target for that. Those that fear the Lord and those that don't. You got it, brother.
So in the book of Isaiah 30 and verse 1, it says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
Hey, you break it down, Ariel.
Yeah, that's right. Because most of these jakes over here, they don't listen to the Lord. They listen to everybody but Yahweh Hashem and Hashai. And that's why you're so fucked up. Because you don't take heed to what's in the scriptures. The scriptures were written for us, not for these other nations. So if you take heed to what's written in the scriptures, you'll be good. But we already know it's written in prophecy that 2/3 of Israel, I believe that's Zechariah 13 verse 8, is going to be destroyed because you're not going to listen. You're going to be wicked. You're going to do what you want to do. Like this nigga, the brother did a video on this nigga, what's his name, Charles White? Mm-hmm. This nigga talking about, I ain't an Israelite, I'm not a Hebrew, I'm just a nigga. Yeah. We know that.
Yeah.
we know that. You know what I'm saying?
Check out what it says in the NLT. It says, what sorrow awaits my rebellious children, saith the Lord.
Yeah.
Or you make plans that are contrary to mine. You make alliances not directed by my spirit, thus piling up your sins. And that's, exactly what we were going into, man. Jake makes plans according to what? To wickedness, man. Because they don't seek after the counsel of the Lord. To them, the counsel of the Lord is grievous, man. There's a scripture that says those that hate me love death.
He got it. I've been holding
it out. This is Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 36. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul, and all they that hate me love death.
That's right, man. And those are you Jakes that sin against the Lord. You're not doing harm to others, man. You're harming your own self, man. Yep. And while you're doing so, you despising the Most High, meaning what? That you love death, man. Because that's what's coming for you, man.
Yep.
When you try to, when you trying to reap good things, what do? You do righteous works, man. But you are sowing wickedness, man. So what's that reward? The reward is gonna be death, and a lot of you know it, man.
Yeah.
Jake, you become drug dealers, you become whoremongers, you do all these wicked things that you know in your mind is wicked, and what are you expecting out of it? Righteousness? Yeah. You're stupid, man. Yep. You eventually is gonna catch up to you. The scriptures say that the Lord is a long suffering, man. And because he's not placing judgment right away the first time that you commit that sin, doesn't mean that he's not gonna get you, man.
Right.
Jake have this mentality of where, let me try to do this wicked shit and I got away with it. Fuck, that means that I could keep doing it. Fuck it, And like the brother mentioned, you were mentioning earlier that some Jakes have that mentality of, well, I'm gonna receive the kingdom. Even if I do wickedness, then let me keep doing wickedness.
Yeah, so basically, I remember years ago the nigga Slocky couldn't get spirit off. You got it, bro. I ain't gonna cut you off.
No.
I'm gonna say the nigga Polite said that. Polite said, this is well after he had his interaction with the apostles. He was like, look, man, if I'm gonna get it in heaven and I'm gonna get it on this side, shit, I want both of it. I want to get it now and I want to get it later. And you can't have it that way. And now look what this nigga's at. He's in prison for rape of a young woman. It's the same shit he claimed that we did. He's in prison for that shit. And now the Balenciaga's gone, the stacks of money is gone, the accolades, all his friends is gone. Ain't nobody fucking with this nigga now. Yeah. All his women are gone. And now his name is forever stained. Yeah. He can't come back into the so-called black community 7 years from now, because that's how long he got. And everybody's hip to his schemes, man. And I'm sure it didn't just stop with him saying all of that shit, and now he having to go to prison. He probably catching a ton of hell that we don't even know about.
Believe it, right?
You know what I'm saying? Why? Because this nigga, he loved death. He hated the Lord. He used the Lord's name on a breakfast club. He didn't know about Yahweh Bashem Yahushai until he had that interaction with the apostles. You know what I'm saying? So he and this nigga, he used a name, he did all kinds, shot the Bible up. You know what I'm saying? He disrespected the Lord word. What you think supposed to happen in that nigga hated the Lord. And it shows you that he loved death, because anything outside of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is death. I don't give a fuck how you try to church it up. Yeah. I don't care if you use the Bible doing it, nigga. If you ain't worshiping Yahweh Bashem Yahushai as prescribed to as he prescribed to our forefathers, bro, you going off, man. Yeah. And you love death. And that's why when you go to the ghetto, that's why when you go down South America, anywhere these people dwell at in big numbers, what's there? Nothing but death. Them niggas hate the Lord. And then you can tell that they love death. The whole culture, the hip hop, from the music to the drug culture to the everything, it's all death. You niggas love death. I was gonna use an example of this one chick. She was being interviewed by this rapper named Nardo Wick. He's a nigga too, but the dude don't do drugs and he don't drink alcohol. So the bitch said, "So you just a born ass nigga?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then the bitch just left. Cause see, she really believed that these rapper niggas is all about, listen, bro, there's only so many drugs you can do until it extremely affects you, man. And a lot of Jake don't know that drugs affect these people on this side way different than they do any other nation, bro. That's why Esau could do all kinds of hard drugs and get up and go to work in the morning, man. He's a functional addict. But you niggas do that shit, you tear your life up. You actually get addicted to that shit. It's something called recreational drug use, where they would do it on their recreation time. It wasn't something that they would just do because they was hooked on hardcore drugs and they just needed it. No, niggas, I'm not saying that the Edomites don't get hooked on drugs, they do. But it affect your brain chemistry way different than it do another person. Just like food. A lot of you niggas, you love food so much, but the Lord told you not to eat that shit. And you said, nah, nigga, I love this shit. Well, you love death, nigga. Because that's what's going to come behind all that shit. That's right. When you sin, what the scripture says, the wages of sin is what? Death, nigga. Yeah. The wages of sin is death. This is the reason why we need a new body. This is the reason why we need Yahushua. Because Yahushua is bringing everlasting life. Them new bodies, you ain't going to be able to sin. But niggas think that it's going to be an easy road into the kingdom of heaven. Nah, nigga. The scripture says the same must know it after death by pain, nigga. Death by pain. You niggas think that it's going, you listen to Esau and tell you that the nuclear bombs is going to be some shit. You're going to have a Thanos moment and just turn into dust, nigga. No, the Lord going to have you feel all that pain. That's what Yahushua felt. On that cross, he took the pain of all, he took the sins of all of Israel, bro, the whole nation, starting with the elect, including his own. He had to feel all that shit. That's why the Lord had to back up off him for a second. Because that moment, he was going to be completely unrighteous. He's not unrighteous, but he went through an unrighteous moment when all them sins was wrong. He was impure. That's why even when he rose up, he told Mary, "Don't touch me. I haven't ascended to my Father yet." Why? Because he took on he had the nation's sins on him. And she probably could have got, I don't know what would have happened to this broad if she have put her hands on him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, he's like, nah, get off. You know what I'm saying? Then he obviously went back to the Father. And now he's made pure again. But for a moment, he thought the Lord, he's like, Lord, you abandoned me, Lord? Why have you forsaken me? He didn't. He was just, the Lord, he can't behold unrighteousness, man. That's right. He's that pure, bro. He got angels that can see it and report it right back to him. He ain't worrying about if they lying or they holding something back because they like one of you niggas. Nah, they tell an honest report. And again, those that hate the Lord, you love death. Yeah. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. The brothers had mentioned, the second priest had mentioned that some nigga basically saying that, you know, the Lord's name is all these other names and shit. Nah, nigga, you bugging. Niggas, you hate the truth. You coming up against the truth. You're not doing nothing for the truth. You're coming up against it. So that means you hate the Lord.
Because anything you do outside, like the brother was saying, anything you do outside this truth, that's an indication of you. You don't have to say, I hate the Lord, but anything you do outside this truth is a strong indication that you hate Yahweh Bashim Shai. And that's what Yahweh Shai was saying in Proverbs 8:32, I believe it was. I got a quick precept. Yeah. This in the Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, chapter 19 and verse 22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom.
No, it's not. So all that shit that you niggas is on, you think that you so wise and it got you got the keys of life, man. Really, reality, bro. You got the keys of death.
That's right.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You follow these Edomites, these other nations, into these different ideologies, man. Because a nigga get spiritual when he starts seeing them Satan work his miracles for his ass. But you, if you see Satan working, then that means Yahweh Bashim Shai got to be real too, right? He has to.
That's right.
But to see a nigga think that because he got these deep dark secrets, like the one Jake try to argue with the brother, tell him that the Lord goes by many names. His name is Yahweh, and his son name is Yeshua. Nah, nigga, you going off. We told y'all last week. Hey, I still ain't found that video yet, man. I hope somebody find it.
Oh yeah,
it's a video, a whole video where it show you all the names of these different demons, and one of those demons' names was Yahweh, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we know that ain't the name of the Heavenly Father. We know his name is Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? You can't just call the Most High whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
You can't do that. His name is Yahweh. You call him Larry. What the fuck? Who the fuck is Larry?
Yeah, that's right.
You know?
That's right. I had another precept.
Oh, I'll give it to me. I'll give it to you.
Ecclesiasticus 5 and 2.
Okay.
But you had mentioned something that I wanted to touch upon. Oh yeah, our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai said, if you're not with me, you're against me, man.
That's
so
right.
you gotta be in the same accord with Yahweh Shai. If not, you're as unrighteous as a warlock, as
There's no difference.
Yeah, man, because the scriptures say the sin of rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. So all of you Jakes that, it's funny that, you mentioned those things about this secret knowledge, man. Panay was all, into that fucking knowledge. And, he was lorded, because, this guy is so deep and got all this knowledge. Well, where'd that knowledge take you, man? It took you straight to prison, man. Because you were doing all this shit for what? For unrighteous reasons, man. Yeah. You see, we're out here proclaiming Yahweh Shema Shai, the Lord's bestowed knowledge upon us, man, righteous knowledge, to what? To wake up our people, man, and to warn them of what? Of the judgment that is to come. All that knowledge that polite, proclaimed and all this shit, yeah, it might have helped some of you, get better with your physical ailments or whatever, but at the end of the day, guess what? The Lord's still coming with judgment, man. Yeah. So you still, if you have not repented, you still gonna be destroyed, man. Just like him,
Yeah, and then all of that dark knowledge, all of that super deep dark knowledge, niggas always want to get deep, but you ain't never been to the shallow end.
That's right.
That go for the truth and for that shit that you niggas is into in the world. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you think that you got some super esoteric knowledge, nigga. That's the knowledge of wickedness, bro. Right. And that ain't wisdom. All right, like it's like David Blaine, but he's a warlock. This nigga knows witchcraft, and maybe think about this nigga, this East Indian fucking heathen.
Is that what he is?
Who? I think he's East Indian, but he's over there. He's overseas right now. Some East Indian heathen, he's a billionaire. His pops is like a big ass. He's like the richest dude in India. The nigga got married. And he brought all these superstars in for his wedding. Mark Zuckerberg, the nigga that the CEO of Disney, Bill Gates, and Rihanna. Now, Rihanna, she's just an entertainment, bro. Mind you, they make a big deal about this bitch. She's a billionaire, all this other shit. That bitch is a slave, bro. He paid this bitch $9 million just to stand on stage and talk dumb. Sing some shit and talk dumb. The reason why I brought him up, because the nigga, nigga, I brought him up for a reason. It just slipped my mind. But then
We're talking about witchcraft and esoteric knowledge.
right. So like all of them people are into the left hand side because that's what it is. But the left hand side is wickedness. You know what I'm saying? You might have knowledge of it, but it's not wisdom. Because at the end of the day, it's going to destroy you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's all it does. And they make it commonplace in this world that we live in. When we were coming up, we used to have a game called Ouija, the Ouija board. And everybody knew that shit was ridiculous. So we were like, man, I ain't playing that shit. We stayed away from that shit. But that shit was marketed for children to play with. To play with energy on the left-hand side, not knowing what they was doing. And then they wonder why you got all these demons on you. You know what I'm saying? It's not wisdom, because if you were wise, you would know that, hey, King Solomon was the wisest of us all, which is Yahweh. He understood that shit, there was no benefit in none of that shit. He said, I went to the right all the way, and I went to the left all the way, and I found out that there's no benefit in wickedness, man. That shit was all vanity.
That's right.
That's all it is, because what are you doing? You just trying to do it to give into your own lust. And wisdom tell you, hey, some things I need to fall back on. Moderation and everything. You know what I'm saying? Fear in Yahweh Shai is most important. Even Yahweh Shai said that, as King Solomon told you that in the book of Proverbs.
That's right, because, ultimately, the right-hand side requires what? Faith, man. For you to believe in the Lord, that what he says through his word is going to help you in whatever it is. People, I always remember this dude when it comes to healing. He supposedly had this sore on his leg, some dude I used to know, and he told me that, oh yeah, I had this sore on my leg and it never went away. I went to the doctors, they prescribed me nothing, it never went away. And then he was like, oh, but I went to drone. He was like, oh, that he went to a so-called white magic person and whatever, and that they did some ritual on him, and then the fucking sore went away. So instead of having faith in the Most High and look for an herb or for a natural remedy, he was looking for the carnal doctors, which there's nothing wrong with going to the doctor and get an examination or whatever. But then you gotta rely on the Lord first and foremost. Hey, pray to the Lord to heal you, man. And then he went to where? To the left-hand side. Yeah. And then that left-hand side, since it gave him immediate healing, then he believed in that, man. Yeah. So it's like the left-hand side is for the unfaithful, man. For those that don't have faith and need physical or tangible proof. That's what I was looking for. Tangible proof, man. So the left-hand side does that. You go through a fucking ritual, a demon pops out, move some shit around you. That's why that Ouija board was so popular, man. People thought that you couldn't communicate with, or that the spirit world didn't exist until somebody fucking brought out that Ouija board, demonic fucking game, and then you started having interaction with demons, and then now people are like, oh shit, it's real. Why? Because now you have that tangible proof that a fucking demon was fucking with you, man. And a lot of people, man, got possessed doing that bullshit, man. And hey, that's judgment of the Lord, because you ain't supposed to be doing that shit.
Yeah, man. You opening yourself up to shit that you ain't got no business playing with.
That's right.
And that's the same way with Jake on a low level out here. All that idolatry y'all doing, the same shit y'all doing, them super elite doing it, but they do it on a super high level. And that's why they get to manipulate the world in which they in right now, because they're playing with it on a higher level. They realize it's going to destroy them too. Yeah. Right. But Jake, you playing with it and you really don't know what the fuck you doing. Right. And just likewise on the right hand side, a lot of you Jakes playing with Yahweh Shai, and you don't know what you doing. You don't know that the Lord can destroy you in a moment. You know what I'm saying? You don't know that the Lord know all your deepest, darkest fears, because he made them. That's right. You don't know that the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is a vengeful and wrathful power, bro. Terror. You think that it's a game out here. Like, this ain't no joke. All you Jakes out here that's playing prophet, you niggas that's in this body, but you halfway, you in the body, or you with the body, but you niggas is still in the world. Hey, the Lord gonna get you, nigga. You playing games. Right. You playing games. The Lord is gonna kill you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? All you niggas, all you dudes that's clandestine, working for the feds. Hey, listen, bro, you ain't coming up against us. You coming up against Yahweh Shem Shai, bro.
That's right.
And if you fear Esau, but you don't fear the Lord, something's wrong with you, nigga. The scripture says, fear not him that can destroy the body, but fear him that can destroy both the body and the spirit in hell, nigga. And in hell is this body, this condition. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get away with that. The Lord's gonna destroy you. You're gonna be destroyed, and that's it, nigga. You playing with the wrong power. Calling anything you want to call. No, nigga, you playing with the wrong power. Saying what you want to say. Hey, even coming up against his prophets.
Scoffers out there.
Yeah, what are you gonna play for that? We brought that out last week, in Proverbs, man. They said, how long will you scoffers love scorning, and you fools hate knowledge, man.
That's right. And a lot of Jakes that work for Esau, man. You think that working for Esau is because a lot of them dudes have knowledge that's not accessible to the general public, man. Them dudes that are like working for the FBI and the CIA and shit that are Jakes, man. You motherfuckers, man, you think that working for Esau is gonna save you from all troubles, man. But you gotta be worried about what the Lord's gonna do to you. Like the brother's going into, man. Hey, the Heavenly Father created all terrorists, man, and He's gonna use them to judge you, man, if you don't repent. This is in the book of Ecclesiastes.
Two?
Yeah,
5 and 2. It's
Yeah, a lot of Jakes think that as long as you're not doing some wild, crazy shit, even if you're an atheist, you think, oh, I'm not doing nothing wrong, I'm just helping society thrive or whatever. Listen, man, you got another thing coming, because if you're helping Esau put his empire ahead instead of forwarding the righteousness of Yahweh Shem Shai, you an enemy to the Most High, man, and He's gonna get you no matter what you believe in.
This is Sirach 5 and 1. Set not thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life. Follow not thy own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart.
That's right. So don't follow after your own heart, man. Don't think, oh, whatever I do is gonna be enough to protect me, because at the end of the day, the ways of men, the paths of men are in the hands of the Lord.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5. Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, with all thy heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding.
That's right, and that's what we're supposed to do. You're supposed to lean on who? On the Lord, man, because He's the one that's gonna guide us from here unto salvation, or willing will be part of the elect. Listen, there's gonna be so much chaos going on upon the earth. It's gonna be, man, like none other, man. And don't think again that because you haven't done anything crazy that you're gonna be safe, and because I work for the government, I'm good. We're gonna be protected. Nah, man, the Lord is gonna get everybody according to their doings, man. And if you're not right with Yahweh Shem Shai, you're gonna be destroyed.
It says,
No, I was gonna say, yeah, that time is gonna be so evil. It's gonna get to a point where it's gonna be obvious who the Lord is saving and who that evilness is not affecting, and it's gonna be the men of the Lord. But there's precepts that says we're gonna eat and we're gonna drink, and that's gonna be because we know who we call on, Yahweh Shem Shai, and that's what we're telling you here. Only the hopeful elect is gonna be saved, and we hope and pray, Lord willing, that we're those men.
Proverbs 3 and 5 again. Trust in the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy paths.
That's right.
Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear Yahweh Shem Shai, and depart from evil.
That's right.
And
I was gonna say, that's something that Esau and the heathens have taught our people, man. That to be wise in your own eyes, man. This is why a lot of people say, oh, I don't believe it till I see it, or like if I haven't done or found an article that says that this is true and whatever, like people really want proof that the Most High exists. That, show me a picture or show me, like, nah, you can't prove to you through carnal means that the Lord exists.
Yes, you can. Look at the world.
Well,
Look at your fucking body.
According to them.
Yeah,
you
I'm
know?
just saying, like, no, look, like, no, everything, look around you, man. Look around you, man. Everything, listen.
For their knowledge,
Yeah.
not the Lord,
Yeah.
the creation.
Yeah, man, just look around, bro. Look at the operation of life. Esau ain't do this.
That's right.
He fucking it up, but he ain't create it.
Definitely fucking it.
Look at all this shit. Look at all this shit that you do. Look, we driving vehicles. Man, all this stuff came from the earth, bro. What you think? Esau just did a magical potion and alakazam, boom, cars. Nah, nigga. This shit come from all these parts and pieces came from the earth. The Lord put the inspiration on man to put these things together.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, bro? You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to. You. What more evidence do you need? The Lord said we only seen a small portion of his power, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? A small portion. He said he made the waves to stop the ebb and flow.
Mm-hmm.
That it won't even cross a certain barrier to overflow the earth no more.
That's right.
I don't care how much you stand at the ocean, bro. Them waves ain't going past a point.
That's right.
And who established that point? Yahweh Shai, nigga.
That's
Look
right.
at the stars, the moon, the sun. You know what I'm saying? Look at the order of their operation, bro. They ain't on a clock. Esau ain't clocking the sun in. All right, it's time to raise. No, it just do it by itself.
It's all of the Lord.
You know what I'm saying? Why? Because the Lord established these things.
That's right.
You look at your own human body, nigga. You able to heal. You get a cut on your epidermis, and after a few days, man, it heals. It's healing itself, bro. Esau can't even do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, yo, Jake, like the brother was going into. This Esau has taught you to fear the Lord, man. To you just buck up. You got niggas questioning the Most High. You got people questioning his son. Was he really real? Did he really exist? Was he here? Every movie, I wanted to go watch that movie Doom last night and shit. It's just a fucking Arab version of Yahweh, man. It's just, that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? It's the prophet, the chosen one. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be the chosen one, but the chosen one is already here.
That's right.
And he's coming back, and he's coming.
Chosen.
What's that?
The chosen one has already been chosen.
Yeah, and he coming back again.
Yep.
Let me read this for you in the NLT again. Verse 5 and 6, 7. Proverbs 3 and 5. Trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. You got people depending on your own understanding of everything.
That's right.
Hey, this is a precept. One of you brothers can find it real quick, man. It says, it's in the Apocrypha where it speaks about, it's in second Esdras. I think it's, I want to say it's chapter 8, where he says, the angel shut up, can you measure the air or fire? Let's see.
I got Isaiah 40 verse 12.
It's in the Apocrypha.
In the Apocrypha?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can you measure it?
Well, second Esdras 4 and 5. And I said, tell
Yep.
on my Lord.
That's it.
Then said he unto me, go thy way, and weigh the weight of the fire.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's it.
This is the book of Second Esdras 4 and verse 5. It says, "Oh, and I said, tell on my Lord. Then said he unto me, go thy way, weigh me the weights of the fire, or measure the blast of the wind, or call me again the day that is past. Then answered I and said, what man is able to do that thou shouldest ask such thing of me? And he said unto me, if I should ask thee how great dwellings are in the midst of the sea, or how many springs are in the beginning of the depth, or how many springs are above the firmament, or which are the outgoings of paradise, peradventure thou wouldest say unto me, I never went down into the deep, nor as yet into hell, neither did I even climb up into heaven. Nevertheless, now have I asked thee, but only of the fire and wind, and of that, so like, and of the day wherethrough thou hast passed, and of things from which thou canst not be separated, and yet canst thou give me no answer of them.
Right, and the only power that can do that is Yahweh Bashim Hawashai.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's asking the angels speaking the Lord, or the angel of the Lord is speaking to Esdras, because Esdras was asking all these questions that was above his measure. We're gonna get to that point, but he's asking all these questions that was above his measure. And it was like, look, you can only understand the things that are made for you to understand. Because it's a lot of things that, brother, if you fully understood it right now, in this mind that you have right now, your shit probably fucking explode, bro. You couldn't be able to retain that kind of understanding, man.
That's right.
You
That's
know
why it says that he only asks you the things that are near to you.
Yeah.
So how much more the deep things of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Yeah, and you look at these scientists, Esau scientists, they're looking out in space trying to figure out how many planets out here, how many stars and all this other stuff. You think that they're doing it just because they're space explorers. The reason why they're doing that is because they're trying to stop prophecy. The Lord said if you could count the number of stars, you can stop the sun from coming up, you can stop the moon, then the Lord will take those promises that he promised our forefathers and us away from us. He would do away with Israel. And that's what Esau is trying to do. He wants to go to the deep, to the depths of the sea. His body can't even go that deep. He got to create robots and shit. Even them shits break down and can't get that far. But the reason why he's doing that is because he's trying to measure these things so that the Lord will stop his promise. He's not doing that because he's just naturally inquisitive. He wants to continue just fucking up with animals and shit. No, he's doing that because he's trying to he's rebellious against the Lord.
Yeah, like pretty much prove the Most High wrong. Like,
yeah.
Because the Most High was like pretty much like, oh, can you do this?
Yeah.
So Esau's like, with that pride, man, like, yeah I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna do it. And that's what's gonna get you destroyed, man. And you Jakes believe in all that fucking nonsense that Esau pushes, man. You're gonna get destroyed right along with him.
And you got something, brother?
Yeah, I got a quick precept. This is Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 29. The secret things belong unto Yahweh our power, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever.
And those things that were revealed to us is prophecy. Those things were the word of the Lord, his a portion of his mind, meaning those laws, statutes, and commandments. Those things don't belong to us.
And that's what that's.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
There's more. It says that we may do all the words of this law.
Yeah, right. And so those are the things that were explained unto us, unto our forefathers, and those are things we're supposed to give unto our children.
That's right. Yeah.
And those things were given to a group of people, a nation of people, which is the nation of Israel. But Jake's thought, well, that ain't enough. I want to do what these other nations do. Can you keep reading 10 and 11, bro? Just keep reading down. Second Edges 4. 10, 11. I'm trying to figure out the point where he says, he basically told him, don't look for things that are hard, but just
for more shown unto you than what man can understand.
I want to say is that, but I'm not sure. But he told him that
seek thee out the things that are above thee.
Yeah, seek not the things that are above thee, that are higher than thee. It's in your pocket. But let me read 10 and 11. Right? It says, 2 Edges 4, 10 and 11. He said, moreover unto me, thine own things and such as are grown up with thee canst thou not know. So he basically said the stuff that your own things and the things that you grew up with, you can't even know. Right? It says, how should the vessel then be able to comprehend the way of the highest, and the world being now outwardly corrupted, to understand the corruption that is evident in my sight? Then said I unto him, it were better that we were not at all, than we should live still in wickedness, to suffer and not to know wherefore. He answered me and said, I went into the forest, into a plain, and the tree took counsel and said, come, let us go and make war against the sea, that it may depart away before us, that we may make us more woods. The floods of the sea also in like manner took counsel and said, come, let us go up and subdue the woods and the plain, that there also may make us another country. The thought of the wood was in vain, for the fire came and consumed it. The thought of the floods of the sea came likewise to naught, for the sand stood up and stopped it. If thou were to judge now betwixt these two, whom wouldest thou begin to justify, or whom wouldest thou condemn? And I answered and said, verily, it is a foolish thought that they both have devised. For the ground is given unto the wood, and the sea also have its place to bear his floods. Then answered he me and said, thou hast given a right judgment, but why judgest thou not thyself? Basically, he's saying, look, the same questions you asking the Lord, those vain questions. What about Israel? Why we got to go through this? Why can't this? Why? He was like, listen, man. Hey, those things are above you, man. Hey, it's something when I was in the military, I used to have a saying, hey, certain things is above my pay grade, bro.
That's right.
If a decision come down about anything that go on within the camps, from the apostles, the bishop elders, or the regional heads, brother, ain't nothing I could do. I can speak on your behalf if it's necessary. But bro, that I didn't make that call. You know what I'm saying, bro? And really, it came from high. It came from Yahweh Shai. So you gotta live with that. We have to live with that. We can't just be like, yo, let me change this. Here it is. We got order going on.
Let me look into it.
Yeah, man, that's not gonna happen. We got order going on around here, and then the Jake just be like, yo, let's just change. Oh, I'm gonna change. Nah, bro, this thing is bigger than Nino Brown, baby.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? This
That's
thing is bigger than me. You know, this thing is bigger than you.
Hey, check this out.
Go ahead, bro.
Ben Sirach 3:21, the Good News translation, right? Verse 21. Don't try to understand things that are too hard for you, or investigate matters that are beyond your power to know. Verse 22 says, concentrate on the law which has been given to you. You do not need to know about things which the Lord has not revealed.
That was a piece of asked for?
Yeah,
Yep,
not
that's
out the things that
Yeah. Read up
Yep.
above that real quick in the KJV. It says, many are in high place renowned, but for the power of the Lord is great and his honor. This is all good, yeah.
Yeah, sure is.
Yeah, read it in the NLT, brother. Bible Gmshawaii. Start at right here, number 19.
19.
Yeah, that whole all of that is good because we all find ourselves sometimes asking these simple questions, man.
Yep.
You know, why we gotta go through this, man? This don't make no sense, man. Especially when you catching hell, you going through it, you fucked up in the spirit, you vexed. But listen, bro, it has to be done.
Order.
Right.
It's the order of operation with Yahweh Shai, bro.
Right.
Like people, it's the same way when people be like, why slavery happened? Why did the so-called native indigenous people of the Americas had to go through all that shit? Because it was the will of the Heavenly Father, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, nigga, you ain't Jadakiss, nigga. Stop asking why, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why we gotta live here? Ain't it happening? Listen, nigga, why? Listen, Anthony Hamilton, stop asking why, man. And asking, what can I do?
That's right. And a quick example is something simple like, you know, like the law of the fabrics. Like, we're not supposed to mix fabrics, right?
Yeah.
So the Lord never explained to us why. He just said, don't do it.
Yeah.
You know, and us, we believe, you know, through faith, like you're not supposed to do it. You know, back in the day, you know, we try to keep the law just because the Lord told us not to do it. Yeah. And then, you know, it took thousands of years, hundreds of hours of research and shit to let you know that law that the Lord gave us to not mix the fabrics, that the reason why he said it was why? Because it fucks up your vibration, man.
Yep.
If you mix fabrics, it becomes organic, and it
Wow.
creates you good, brother?
Yeah, I'm good.
It creates
I thought it was over.
Oh, shoot.
I touched the ember.
It creates a vibration that's not in tune with your body, so it gets you sick. It gives you rashes, or it could give you, you know, problems with your health, man.
Yeah.
So how much more the deep things of the Lord, man? There's things that you ain't supposed to know. Just
do it,
don't
nigga.
do it, and that's it.
Yeah, hey, like your parents used to say, if you had some responsible ones, hey, you do what I tell you to do, man. Don't ask me
That's
why.
right.
You know what I mean? It's your parents tell you to do certain things because it's for your benefit, and you don't even realize it. Man.
They're not gonna sit down and explain to a little kid like
nigga, you
the
my
reasons for something
yeah,
bigger.
Yeah, you're my subordinate. What the fuck I gotta explain anything to you?
Right.
Like I know what I'm doing. I know why we here. I know why I got you doing the things that I got you doing. A lot of shit you do as a child, if you got a responsible father and a mother, they actually instill in certain qualities into your personality so that you could be an upstanding citizen in this fucking world, bro. So that you could deal with adversity. It's something called discipline, man. The things that you're going through is to discipline you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because over time in your life, sometimes you're going to lose discipline. Sometimes you're going to gain discipline. But you got to know how to go right back to the discipline that you was taught. The scripture says, train up a child in the way he should go, and he shall not depart. Why? Because you will always remember that. Oh, man, my dad told me this, don't steal. And this is the reason why you don't steal. You know what I'm saying? My dad told me, hey, don't lie to people. Even if my dad's a liar, guess what? He told me not to do it. Obviously, he must have felt it in his experience in his life that, look, lying only gets you so far.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So let me teach my son to do the right thing. You even get niggas that's in the streets like that. Like, they'll tell you, like, hey, their kids ain't in the streets like that. It's like, nah. I remember I just recently saw that nigga Usher. He was talking about his experience as a teenager, young teenager, and he was under Diddy's tutelage. Basically, his parents sent this nigga to New York City with this nigga for like a summer or some certain amount of time, right? And the nigga was exposed to all this shit that a child, he was like 12, 13 years old, bro. He was experiencing all kinds of shit. You know, they're saying he was molested now. But he don't care, but the point of the matter is they said, yo, would you send your kids there? Howard Stern asked him. He said, fuck no. He said, fuck no, bro. Not hell no. He said, fuck no. And he said it quick.
Yeah.
You know, mind you, that him going to Diddy end up changing him into a star, but he don't want his sons to have to go through that shit that he went through. Why? Because it wasn't advantageous to him in the future. Even if his nigga's a superstar, he knows what he's doing is wrong. But he don't want his sons to go that route. Yeah, he got sons.
You even got gang members and all that shit. You know, when they speak to younger kids, like, yo, this is not the life you want, like, you know, because that's the spirit, man. Yeah. The spirit of the Lord, you know, using, you know, men that got destroyed, that destroyed their life through those actions, you know, telling you the right thing to do, man. Right. You know, because at the end of the day, righteousness is always gonna prevail, man. Right. So there's nobody has an excuse to say, you know what, I never heard the truth, I never heard the ways of righteousness, because even indirectly, the Heavenly Father is gonna show you the right way, man.
Yep. This is Psalms 19 verse 7. The law of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Hashai, is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Hashai, is sure, making wise the simple.
Yeah, when we're born, we don't know nothing, man. And that's why the Lord told our forefathers to what? To teach the law, statutes, and commandments unto our children for all generations, man. So that we could be a wise people, man, and be godly, you know? We ain't supposed to teach our children on righteousness, man, because that leads into what? Into the death, destruction, man. You know?
And ultimately, man, you know, these are instructions, bro. The scripture says all scripture is profitable for instruction, for correction, for doctrine, for reproof, and instruction and righteousness, man. And when you look it up in the NLT, it says...
That's what it says in the NLT.
Yeah.
Right on point.
In the NLT, it says, it's the truth.
It says the instructions of the Lord are perfect.
Yeah, perfect. So it's like, it's perfect for you to live down here. Like, if we were able, just say if we were able, even in this flesh, right? If we were able to follow the Lord's laws, apply them as they were written, bro, we'd be fucking amazing.
Perfect.
We'd be in this flesh. We'd be perfect. Like Yahushua was, right? We'll be open. First of all, all our minds will be completely open to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and His goodness and His power. But we're not able to do that in this body. But even when you look at it, we talking about all the discipline, all of. Guess what, brother? From this journey that we're on right now to the journeys that we did in the past as prophets of old, brother. All of this stuff, even when we was in the world sleeping, guess what it was? It was nothing but a lesson. This world that we're in is this is an open air classroom, bro.
Teaching ground.
You're learning through experience, yo. You ain't just hearing the word. You actually living it, bro. Like we're living what was written down. Only difference is right now is that we got the behind the scenes. It's what they call it, BTS now. We got the behind the scenes. We're behind the scenes now. Now we know the director, we know the writer, You know what I'm saying? We know that we're actors, and we can see, we actually see how the world works to a certain point behind the curtain.
Yep.
Whereas the majority of our people, they don't have that access. They just playing it out. They just playing a role out. You know what I'm saying? So here it is. We get to actually see and understand why are we going through this? Why are these things happening? We don't gotta ask why. You understand now through the instruction. So again, if you're able to apply this word to us, and we're not allowed to do that because we're not sovereign. But let's say we were, man. So we'd be on top, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what's about to happen. Now we're gonna be able to not only understand what's behind the curtain per se, but we're also going to be able to live in this world and actually exercise these things.
Yep.
And then these things are going to make the world way more fruitful than it is today.
That's why the scriptures tell us wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. By applying this wisdom and knowledge right now, we're stable. Mm-hmm. Even though it's effed up out here, you know, and we go through trials and tribulations, but no matter what we go through, we still apply this wisdom and this knowledge. So no matter what we go through, we come out stable. We come out on a solid foundation. Yeah, because of the laws Yahweh Shemashai has given to us.
And we understand why these things are happening because the Lord has given us that understanding. He said what the secret things to learn, he said he reveals his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, man. And the prophets always knew that it was Yahweh Shemashai behind it all. They knew from the jump. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is the Lord's doing.
Yeah.
This ain't Esau's doing. This ain't Satan's doing. This ain't, all of us are nothing more but automatons to Yahweh Shai, man.
And bro, I can speak from experience. I think it was last week? Yeah, last week. Terrible week at work. Mm-hmm. Hated every night. But each night, throughout the night, I would just pray to the Lord. The water Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. And when I got off in the morning, each morning, bro, I was feeling great in the spirit. Just happy to get back to my crib where I can close the door and shut the windows and ain't got to deal with nothing or nobody. And that's a blessing from the Lord.
Yeah, man.
You know?
The building of your spirit, man.
The building of your spirit.
There's a scripture in the Apocrypha that says, though they seem to perish, yet they are in peace. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that's what the Lord gives us, man. Because, you know, the scriptures say the kingdom of heaven is within us. And, you know, part of the kingdom is having this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Yeah. That brings us a peace, man. Even in the time of trouble, the scriptures speak about, you know, there's certain scriptures that tell you to not be hasty in your anger, mm-hmm. you know, to analyze the matter and then judge. Like all those things that the Lord told us through the word, man, are part of the kingdom, man. Because even in the kingdom, man, we're going to have situations with the heathens where we're going to have to, you know, make judgments. And we can be kings of the universe, mm-hmm. you know, having a fucking temper and just like, you know, how do you call it? A tantrum? Yeah, like a tantrum. Nah, man. We could be angry and stuff, but we're gonna sit down and be like, all right, brothers, dude, what should we do about this situation? Mm-hmm. Oh, so and so, let's do this. Boom, this is the judgment. You know, and judgment is gonna be righteous. Judgment is gonna be put forth out, man, and that keeps you at peace, knowing, you know, the ways of the Lord. So even now, like the brother was going into, man, you know, we go through hell, we catch certain. You know, hells that is vexing to the spirit, but we understand, like, man, this is the Lord building us up, man. You know, so when we overcome that hell or those obstacles, we praise the Lord. The Wadi Shah for giving me the patience, the understanding, the strength, you know, to overcome.
Yeah, man, it's very imperative to understand that because, listen, man, you're not a captain of your own ship. You ain't a master of your own fate, right? All things come by the will of the Heavenly Father. So it don't matter if it's a good day, a bad day, indifferent day. Hey, just be thankful that you're alive, man. Be thankful that you're alive because people think that, you know, when you die in the spirit and go back to the spirit world, that's when it counts. It really counts down here, man. If you can live in this filthy ass, corrupt world, but you can still believe on Yahweh Shai and lean on Yahweh Shai and praise him and worship him, that's where it counts, man. Because in the spirit world, everybody praising the Lord. Mm-hmm. Shit, even Jacob Rothschild right now praising Yahweh Shai. Right. He in fear right now. You know what I'm saying? But he get the rest for a little bit until he's brought back into captivity. And it gotta happen, bro. It's just listen, bro. He gonna ask questions. Why am I going through this? Because he ain't gonna have no remembrance of the things that in the past, unless we give it to him. But the point of the matter is, look, we gonna realize like this is supposed to happen. You need living examples so that people can understand why you doing this correction. We ain't just gonna be in the kingdom. We got these laws, but we don't enact them. They're just there, and this person just expected to follow them. He don't even know what he following. Well, we're gonna show you what you follow, man.
That's right.
Okay, we're gonna show you. Hey, listen, you commit adultery, you gonna get put to death, and then somebody's gonna commit adultery, and they're gonna die. 2 people are gonna die immediately. That's gonna. But what happened to them? He committed adultery with another man's wife, and she was with it. She was cool with it, so they gotta die. So that's the judgment. You gonna understand it. If you steal, hey, why he gotta pay all that back? Because he got the scripture says if you steal something from a man, you gotta pay 7 times what you stole back.
And even now, I'm sure brothers have conversations with people, and they'll ask, you get into certain topics, and then you mention the scriptures like, oh look, well, the Most High says that this is how you should handle certain situations, and they might not have read the law or anything, but in their spirit they're like, oh shit, that makes sense, like that's actually a fair deal. So how much more in the kingdom when we're showing everybody and we have the power to say, look, this is so and this is so. Everybody's gonna be happy, man. Even those that are in captivity.
That's why the scriptures say, what is on the fire, brother? That's why the scripture says that people gonna be like that. This is a wise and understanding people, man. When they see us exercising these laws, because guess what? They're gonna see it first with us amongst each other. When they working amongst us and they see how charitable we are with one another, when they see the love that we have for one another, when they see the honesty, because we're all gonna be righteous,
living the law.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be actually living in front of them. So we're gonna be living examples. So they're gonna realize that hey, look, it don't pay to buck up. It don't pay to disobey. Now, can they keep the law perfect? No, but they're gonna try as best as they could because they don't want to be in a situation where they're gonna get judged for it. But it's gonna happen. It has to happen because guess what? This earth is a place of judgment. In the spirit world, you have officers, you have angels that are over other angels. We're all as the angels when we go to the spirit world, but in the spirit world, there's order. That's why the scripture says, as in heaven, as on earth, as it is in heaven.
That's right.
Let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So heaven is a perfect order and operation. The spirit world is a perfect order and operation. Well, that's what's going to be on the earth. And the judges are going to be the men of Israel.
Perfect. Right?
Starting with the elect. So just like when you go back to the spirit world, them angels, they put you in order up there. I don't know what they're doing, because I'm in this flesh right now, so I don't know. But in the heavens, everything is perfectly in order, and there's no things are out of bounds. So while you resting, doing what you do up in the spirit world, there's angels watching over you up there to keep me in order up there. Likewise, when you come back to the earth and you have to live out your judgments, there's going to be angels, messengers, which is us, watching over you while you go through your judgment. And then once it's over, you die, go back to the spirit world. But you still have to be judged while you're down here. Okay, this ain't a place of rest down here. It's going to be a paradise, but still, nonetheless, things got to happen for it to become a paradise. It ain't going to be overnight. People got to work hard and do it. Well, why we got to do this? This is your judgment. Right. Don't be mad, man. You was resting for like 3 generations, brother. 4 generations. Well, you ain't our brothers, but you were resting for like 3-4 generations, man. What the fuck, man? Sounded good to work. Now you got to live out that judgment. Well, why we got to do this? Well, I don't understand why I'm going through this. Well, you're going to understand. You know what I'm saying? Them Edomites, they going to wonder why are we the lowest? When Jacob Rothschild come back, he's going to be coming back on a low level. He's not going to be in a high level. He's going to be a super slave.
Super slave.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna be so oppressed down here. He gonna understand why is this happening to me. We're gonna let you know why it's happening, man. Because in your past life you were good. You were the rich man. We were Lazarus. So now this is your judgment. You gotta live with it. We living with it.
That's right. I wanted to finish this in Ecclesiasticus 5. Yeah, I guess you could start from 2 again. And
God, this Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 5, verse 2. Follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. And say not, who shall control me for my works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride.
That's right, man. And like we were going into, you know, a lot of our people, man, they hold on to this, you know, knowledge of wickedness, man, and think that they could just do whatever they want. And like it says right here, who's gonna pretty much judge me for my doings?
Yeah.
As long as I'm not doing some wild shit, like why should I be judged? Well, hey, that's not the right way to do things according to the Most High. So the Lord is gonna surely avenge your pride, man. Because that's pride. When somebody tells you, look, this is not the way you do things, this is the way you do it, and you're just like, nah, I'm gonna figure out my own way. That's pride, man.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what a lot of our people have, pride. They're just like, nah, I'm not gonna be doing whatever you guys are doing. Fuck that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be good my own way.
I'm gonna live my own life how I feel happy. I'm gonna live my truth. And that's some bullshit, because your truth is a lie.
Yeah, I'm gonna love God under my conditions. Like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, you don't do that. Yeah, I got my own relationship with God. I know God. No, you don't. And first of all, his name ain't God. So you definitely don't know the Most High or his son. But see, that's the thing. Like people get that mindset of I'm gonna do what I want to do, and nobody's gonna control me.
Yeah.
Look at the women. Our women, you can't. They refuse to be controlled.
It's that pride.
You know what? That's right. It's because of pride. Look at the men of our nation. They in the same spirit. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna make my own way. Nigga, that's pride. Like I was on TikTok. For some reason, I keep getting this one guy. I think I follow this dude for some reason because I like his cars. But the nigga is mad. He's an Edomite. Could be a Jake. I don't know. He's like an Edomite. But the motherfucker is super proud about his wealth. And people be like, yo, saying, like, oh, you're a douchebag. He's like, man, I'm the nicest guy. Anybody that tell me I'm the nicest guy you could know, you a liar, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not something for you to say. First of all, the word nice means naive. But if you calling yourself a good person, other people should give you that recognition, not yourself.
That's right.
But the portion of the matter is people see his spirit on him. He got this big ass house, lives by himself. He got 5 supercars in his fucking garage. And people are like, man, you just showing off, man. He's like, man, this page is not to show you how to get all this money. It's to show off my cars. Well, you're doing that for pride, nigga. Because if you had a fucking Mazda and a goddamn 96 Toyota, you wouldn't be showing that shit off. You ain't gonna be no TikTok. Oh, look at my fucking 95 Toyota Corolla. Especially if it ain't like all fixed up and shit.
Yeah,
if it's just a raggedy work vehicle. And then the nigga be like, he got a vehicle that's a shit vehicle. He call it his shit vehicle. And it's worth $100,000. It's a BMW X whatever. And you know what I mean? Motherfuckers is dying for that shit. Motherfuckers is out here looking at your shit and they like, man, you ain't doing nothing but flossing in front of us. So they call you a douchebag.
Pride is hateful in the eyes of the
Most High and men. And by it both doth offend. Meaning that you offend both of these parties. You know, so don't say that I'm gonna do what I want to do and nobody can control me, because the Lord going what? It says the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. Say not I have sinned, and what harm hath happened unto me? The Lord is long suffering. The Lord is long suffering. He will in no wise let thee go.
That's right, man. And that, like we were going into, you know, a lot of Jake thinks because they commit sin once, twice, 3 times, and nothing happens, then they could just go on with their life and keep doing it, man. But remember that the Lord is not gonna let you go unpunished, man. You know, everybody's gonna receive a judgment according to their doings, man. And if you've been sowing to your flesh, you know, which if you sow to your flesh, you're sowing iniquity all the time, man. Because you're, you know, committing all types of sin. So you're gonna reap what? Destruction. You know, and the Lord's not gonna just let it slide, man. You're gonna have to pay for whatever it is that you're doing wrong.
Go ahead, brother.
This Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
That's right, man. And because you're not being punished right away, people think that, oh, when it says in the Bible, like, oh, you shall not do this because this is a judgment, they think it's like oh shit, let me try and do this. Like, if I do it, boom, the judgment's gonna come right in that instant. Like, nah, man, that's not how it's gonna happen. The Lord's gonna let your iniquities pile up until the day that He's like, all right, that's enough of this person, of this soul. I'm gonna take him up out of the earth. You know, I had somebody, you know, have a relative pass away, and then they asked me like, oh, I have a question, like I've been questioning like why would God do this, you know, and you know I tried to explain to them like, look, man, you know, we all sinned against the Heavenly Father, and although we might think in our minds that we're doing right, or according to what the world tells you, because they're into like Christianity and shit, hey, you could be doing something wrong in the eyes of the Lord that was worthy of that punishment, man. And that's why it's so important to know the mind of the Lord in truth and in sincerity, man. Because if you following after some, you know, pastor that's telling you some bullshit, you know, prosperity gospel, you're gonna think that God never kills nobody, that He will never, you know, put you in a situation where you're sick and you die young, because that's what they preach, right? But guess what? When you know the Lord truly, you understand that, look, if you fucking idol worshiping, if you're committing adultery, if you're doing many of things, you're gonna be punished with death, man.
Yeah.
And we understand those things. So like we were going into, you know, that's what keeps us at peace, because now we understand that, hey, we might have to give up some things, but guess what? I know that if I give that up, the Lord might have mercy on me. And that's where the faith is at, that if we give up this world, the Lord has mercy upon us, man.
And the Lord said, he that loses his life for my sake has not lost it, but you have found it. He that findeth his life in this world have not found it, but lost it. Hey, can you keep reading, brother?
Ecclesiastes 8 and verse 12, though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Most High, which fear before him.
You read it?
But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before the Most High.
Keep reading.
There is a vanity which is done upon the earth, that there be just men unto whom it happeneth according to the work of the wicked.
Keep reading.
Again, there be wicked men to whom it happeneth according to the work of the righteous. I said that this also is vanity.
You go to the portion where it says, though a sinner do wickedness 100 years, it says like 100, live 100 years, something like that. Surely it shall not be well.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Yes.
Verse 12, Ecclesiastes 8. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Most High.
Right, so it don't matter if you live 100 years, if you live a short life, whatever, the Lord, He gonna get you, man. But it's gonna be well with them that fear Yahweh Shema Shah. What that say in the NLT?
In NLT, it says, but even though a person sins 100 times and still lives a long time, I know that those who fear the Most High will be better off.
Yeah, you see, because you think that this dude, like you look at Jacob Rothschild, he was like 87 years old. And his brother, I think, was like 90 when he dropped dead. And then David Rockefeller was like 101 years old when he dropped dead. Them niggas was sinners their whole life. It ain't gonna be well with them when they come back. So you don't look at their life. I see a bunch of Edomites living into the early hundreds and shit. But guess what? They lived a whole life of fucking wickedness, bro.
That's right.
And they're gonna have to pay for that whole life and then some when they come back. So it ain't gonna be well with them because they didn't fear the Lord.
And to add to that, we don't know just because a person lived a heathen, I'll say lived to be 100 or 101. We don't know the tribulations and the trials the Lord put them through while they were living to be that long.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a straight 100 years where they didn't have no ailments, no sicknesses, no pains.
Yeah.
You know?
Like the nigga David Rockefeller, they said he had like 7 or 9 heart transplants, bro.
See?
You know what I'm saying? Like this dude, like, yeah, he lived 101.
That's gotta be horrible.
That shit is, any operation is hard on the body.
Yeah.
Especially if you gotta keep getting a brand new heart.
It cut
like,
open.
Yeah, you like, nigga, you should have been dead, nigga.
Yeah.
And it ain't like his life. Well, towards the end of his life, man, he was wheelchair bound.
See?
He did all that wickedness. Hey, look at the nigga Stephen Hawkins. This nigga, I watched the show called the Big Bang Theory, and he was on that show a couple of times, man. And this nigga, he looked like shit in that fucking chair.
Shit.
They claimed that this nigga was the smartest man on the earth, but he couldn't figure out a way to get up out of that fucking wheelchair.
That's right.
He was all bent up and shit. He had these two teeth, like these rat teeth. You know what I'm saying? He's all fucked up.
He can't even eat a burger.
Couldn't wipe his ass, bro.
Couldn't wipe his ass.
Nah, and supposedly that dude, some dudes at MIT, some other Edomites, set that whole shit up where like he was like talking supposedly with the computer. So I can imagine, like, I mean, according to that theory, I can imagine, you can just imagine, bro,
terrible, bro.
A bunch of Edomites just having him in the chair and they're all drinking, doing drugs, laughing at this dude like,
you know they was laughing at him.
Yeah, because you know it's fucked up when somebody said, when it came out that this nigga like watching midget porn or like midget do something. He was some weirdo shit. So I'm like, yo, here it is, this nigga's bent the fuck up and he like that. Like, no, he probably was a living puppet, bro. All that shit he was saying, it's nothing for somebody to hit a relay and somebody type that shit in. He didn't say that shit. Like even when you watch the Big Bang Theory and shit, they got this nigga cracking jokes and shit. I'm like, this nigga he don't know
ain't even funny.
But it's a robot talking.
Yeah.
And then the crazy thing about it is that one of the characters on the show used to make fun of the nigga. Like blah, 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 blah. He used to talk like a fucking robot and shit. Yeah. And then and this nigga see that shit and you still want to go on the show like that? Like, no, you right. That nigga was a puppet. He was in a chair and somebody from a different room was talking to you through the computer, man.
That's right, making a shitload
of money, claiming that this nigga is the smartest man on the earth. And like the nigga didn't even believe him. According to him, he didn't believe in the Most High, man. So it's like, no, come on, he was a fool. Either way, like the brother was saying, he spent all that time on the earth, but you don't know what this motherfucker had to go through. And on top of that, even though he or she went through that, nigga was still wicked. Nigga, he ain't let up. It was like, you know what? I'm gonna still do it. And it said what? Though he live 100 years, it's not gonna be well with the wicked. Man.
Yeah, and we know the Lord was punishing them.
Yeah, and he gonna get even more punished when they come back in the kingdom. It's gonna be worse. Like that shit gonna feel like a fucking a walk in the park compared to what they gonna get when they come back on this earth, man.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be. I always say we're gonna make what happened to us in chattel slavery look like child's play when we get to y'all.
Well deserved.
Yep, and it's well deserved because though it's sinner, I got a precept. Ecclesiasticus, Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment.
Right, the Lord hates sinners, man. Starting off with the 2/3 of our people, because chiefly they're the ones that sin, but also those Edomites, because what you took unto the words of Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. You said that you were a God-fearing country, that you believed in God. You know, you used the word of Yahweh Shemel Shai for profit, man. You know, and for control. So guess what? Hey, the Lord hates you, and He's gonna bring wrath like never before upon you.
He always, the Most High, one thing you gonna know is that Yahweh Shemel Shai always hated Esau because he created him to be hated.
That's right.
That's your role, nigga. You the heavy. That's what they call it, the evil guy in the movies, the heavy.
Yeah.
You're the heavy, man. You wasn't created to do nothing else but just be hated and to be despised and to be wicked, man. And you lived up to that role. You played that role better than Denzel Washington, man. You did it. If there was an Oscar to give you, you would get it because you played your role, nigga.
And the Lord says, vengeance is mine. And Yahweh Shemel Shai, don't forget. And in the kingdom, we get those new bodies. We're perfect. We're going to be many most highs. So we're going to remember what the Lord remembers, all the wickedness and the evilness that you did, and we're going to repay you accordingly.
That's right. I was thinking to myself that you mentioned an award. I'm like, brothers will probably have like a right before we destroy Esau in the fire, like, and the award for the most wicked motherfucker goes to Esau Eater.
Esau
Eater. Prize, motherfucker. Boom.
I was telling a brother on the way over here, I've been meditating on this all week. The what if Yahweh Shemel Shai grants us the heathens that we work with as our slaves?
I don't see why not.
I don't see why not. That's what I was saying.
That ain't hard for you at all. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but you just mad at the niggas that you work with in this life, man. Yep. What about the Edomites?
On the top.
Not even just that. What about the Edomites that did you dirty in your other life, man? So it's like, yeah, that's look. See. As you grow this your hatred start to get perfected. You like, man, fuck that, all of them, man. Hey, what if Yahweh Shemel Shai give us all? And it's going, the elect, the 144,000, bro. We gonna get what Yahweh Shai get.
Yep.
First, he gonna get his. He's a super slave master. He's the slave master on high.
Yep.
We gonna get his slaves, bro. I believe that. I believe after he done with them, he gonna pass them out. Hey, here you go.
Why not?
And like my man Ving Rhames said in that movie, I ain't done with you by far sight. I'm about to get medieval on your ass, man. You hear that, Mr. Rapist? I ain't done with you by far sight.
Yep.
I'm gonna get medieval on your ass. And that's when he gonna give him to us.
Yep.
And once Jake like to try to outdo each other. Yeah, I can do what your house trying to do. You think so, man? Watch this. You're like, oh shit. Oh, and then you gonna get into this brother. Oh, you thought she did? Because he's gonna make the brother, he's gonna make him jealous.
Bring it back to life. Bring it back to life.
My turn. Oh shit. It's gonna be one of those moments, man. We're gonna get live, man.
Yep. Like, nah, watch this.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Watch this. Yeah, and Jake just gonna be standing there cracking the fuck up. Yep. That's the kind of we're gonna be laughing at the things that Yahweh Bashim was trying to laugh at. Because what you call humor is not humor in the eyes of the Lord.
That's right.
The eyes of the Most High is when all hell breaks loose on your bitch ass. Mm-hmm. Then you crying and shit. That's mocking. I'ma laugh. He said I'ma laugh at your calamity, man.
Yep.
I'ma laugh at your calamity, and he gonna use us to do it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just like he gonna use us to exercise his vengeance. Just like he used you, Esau, Edom, to exercise his vengeance against his people, man.
Vengeance.
But he didn't forget about us. Mm-hmm. That's the beautiful thing.
That's right.
That's why we standing out here, Jake. You can't understand that. You can't get second Esdras, brother Ariel. Second Esdras 9 and start at 9.
Okay. This is second Esdras 9 verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments.
And this is speaking about who? The 2/3 of our people, man. You despise the counsel of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You despise his mercy, man.
To this day.
The Heavenly Father's, extending his mercy unto you, and you despise it, man. You pretty much like, fuck that. I don't want no fucking mercy. You want what? The pleasures of this world. So you're gonna be found in what? In a pitiful case, man.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be the worst. I always say people don't when they read the book of Daniel, man. 12, Daniel 12 and 1, where it says that it's gonna be a time like there has never been since there was a nation, man. Like you don't think about that statement, like, man, it's never gonna be nothing like what's coming, bro.
So that means that everything that's bad could ever happen, and then something's gonna happen down here.
That's right.
We're talking about spirits coming up, apparitions, animals that you ain't never seen before, teeth of wild beasts, newly created. You know what I'm saying? Mass starvation, like death on a scale that hasn't been seen ever. Death on a scale where it's gonna be to the point where like the shit just commonplace.
Yeah.
You niggas think that you used to death now. Ronnie and Ray and Jose getting shot, and you going to their funeral. Ain't gonna be no funeral, my nigga. Ain't gonna be nothing. Ain't gonna be no funeral. Disease is gonna be rampant. All kinds of shit. The brother Ariel did a video. He said that there's this new disease. I think it comes from rats that make you bleed. Yeah, that make you bleed from your eyes. I think like over 85 people died from that shit, bro.
More than that, a couple of years ago, they said I think it was over like.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh shit! I was like,
that's coming here.
Yeah, I was like, oh wait, but guess what? A whole bunch of Nigerians bringing their ass across that border. Yeah. You don't know who's sick. You don't know who's well. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what kind of hidden micro whatever disease a nigga is walking around here with, bro. They just walking into the country.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? On top of the fact that you're gonna have militaries from the other nations, and they're gonna treat America like America treats these other nations when they go over there. They're gonna treat you like you're nothing, like you're not human. They're about to get. It's about to be wild out here. Yeah. If you don't have Yahweh Shem Shah protecting you, bro, you're gonna succumb to those many miseries that gonna be befall you, man, because you're gonna be without. You know, that's why I ain't tripping on no woman. That's the least of my worries, bro. I want to get through this shit, bro.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the bitches. I know women are opportunists, so they're gonna cling on to anything that seem like it's an opportunity to get out of the hell that they going through.
Anything and anybody.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So at the end of the day, how can I get out of this shit? Well, through Yahweh Shai, fearing Yahweh Shai, being obedient to Yahweh Shai. And ultimately, brothers, at the end of the day, the elect was predestinated, the water, brother. Yep. Predestinated to be the elect, man. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't make, Lord, when we part of the elect, none of us made ourselves, look, we prophets. We ain't make ourselves prophets, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, each and every last one of us came out here when the Lord was ready. I might have said, I was crying, hoping that brothers would show up. There were certain things I had to work on, bro, before I be put in position as a leader. There were certain things I had to work on before I be put into position to be a better brother. So in the time of the Lord said, you know what? Hey, you going to Hawaii. Hey, it's time for you to come on outside, brother. And then the brothers came out.
And then the Lord woke me up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when the Lord said, yo, it's time for you to go out.
Because I was here 30 years.
Yeah, but guess what? The Lord raised you up when it was your time. Everybody got raised up at their particular time.
Yeah, because I even think that when I came a few times to Hawaii, bro. You was already out there in Waikiki. I might have passed you a couple of times.
You never know, bro.
And the spirit wasn't on me to even acknowledge it, man.
Yeah.
But like the brothers going into, hey, it's all we're on Yahweh Shai's clock, man.
Yeah. And but when it's time to wake up, it's time to wake up. There ain't nothing you can do.
Yep. And I meditate on that all the time. I meditate on that daily. The fact that I was here, I came here when I was 26. Mm-hmm. When I was 52, I met you February 19th, 2020. February 24th, 2019 was when the Lord put the spirit on me to go to Waikiki to the camp for the first time. I was like, man, I was here all this time, but it's the Lord. It wasn't on me.
And every man got to go through their journey.
That's right.
Every man got to go through their trials. That's right. Even right now, brothers, it's brothers right now going through the same thing or similar things, probably worse than we went through, and they're about to wake up. That wave is about to come in. I was telling the brothers last week. Hey, brothers, man, and you better get your mind right, brother, because we close right now. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be closer. But we're close now. But when the brothers start coming in, brothers, you're gonna be busy. The camp gonna split.
Your mind gotta be ready.
The camp gonna split, and brothers gonna have the same leadership that we exercising amongst each other right now. Y'all gonna have to do that for brothers that's over there. Hey, this camp. We might be back in Waikiki or something. We might be back in somewhere where there's a lot of foot traffic, or we might just be like, hey, brother, we might be out here, but it's a camp over there. Well, this brother, hey, that's his camp over there. It might be some Spanish-speaking brothers. Now it's time for him to start using that Latin language and start speaking. Hey, the whole camp need to be in Spanish over there, brother. And then this brother might get some brothers. Hey, y'all go over there. And I hold the main body be right here.
That's why we fight to make the right decisions now,
to
prepare us for later.
The Lord is preparing us for a great leadership, bro. You're not just being a part of the elect. You ain't just, I'm just the elect. I'm cool. I'm straight. Like, no, brother, you got a lot of responsibility is about to be laid upon your shoulders, man. The weight of a nation, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't make stupid ass decisions, bro. Right. You can't make rash and harsh decisions without thinking about it, bro. Why? Because the nations depend on that, bro. They're gonna be coming to us for wealth. They're gonna be coming to us for loans. Matter of fact, let's get that Deuteronomy 28. It says, "Thou shalt lend to other nations, but they shall not lend to thee," because that's one of the blessings. We always go into the curses 15 on down, but let's go into the blessings, because guess what? We're gonna have dominion over the earth. Let me get over here, bro.
You want me to start at the top?
Yeah, start at the top.
This is the book of Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1, and it says blessings at Jerusalem, and then in the NLT it says blessings for obedience.
Right, and we're gonna be forced to be obedient in the kingdom, because the laws and statutes gonna be written in us.
That's right.
So now we're gonna be held. So like y'all jakes, y'all want to get money to just live in pleasure. You want to buy the car, get the bitches, and buy the clothes to impress some bitch. You want to take trips and all that other shit. Those are just perks of having a higher income. But you got to see what it takes to maintain that shit.
Right.
Likewise, in the kingdom, everybody talking about, not in the kingdom, but on this side, everybody talking about they want to be a king, but you don't know what it takes to be a king.
That's right.
You just look at the perks of being a king. You get all these wives. You can do what you want to do. Well, you think you can do what you want to do. You can just go where you want to go. Nah, bro, it's a great responsibility. You in charge of nation's resources, so you can't be a king and just you the type of dude that just fucking blow the bank. You can't do that because you're gonna fuck it up for everybody else.
And you have to have a true purpose of being a king, because even when you're a king, man, if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, your kingdom's gonna be destroyed. Your rulership is gonna come to naught, man.
Yeah,
and that's why like the brother's going into, in the kingdom, yeah, we're gonna be responsible for a lot of things, but guess what? We're gonna have the spirit of Yahweh Hashem will shine on us the whole time, man. And the reason why we're gonna be kings and order everything arise to what? To glorify our Creator, man. And the Lord's gonna, give us that perpetual kingdom because of that, man. Even now, what is our deepest desire? To serve Yahweh Hashem Shai in righteousness, man. We all thinking in our mind like, man, I hope I'm doing, the best I can to please Yahweh Hashem Shai. Although we might fail in certain things, but our true desire is to what? To serve the Lord, man.
Yeah.
And
so and then like what? So I want to read this real quick. Who was reading? We had a police up on that. Yeah. Let me read this real quick. This something called the Basilica de Ron. I did a video on it. Might do another one with the spirit jump on me. But this is what King James wrote his son. This was instructions for his son, and instructions for his son after he passed. It says the Basilica de Ron means royal gift. In the ancient Greek, it was written in the form of a private letter to James's eldest son, Henry, Duke of Rothesay. After Henry's death, this is King James, okay, who was an Israelite. After Henry's death, James gave it to his second son, Charles, born in 1600, later King Charles I. 7 copies were printed in Edinburgh. So it says right here, I'm gonna skip down. It says the first part concerns being a good Christian. James instructed his son to love and respect God, as well as to fear him. Furthermore, it is essential to carefully study the scriptures, the Bible, and especially specific books in both the Old and New Testament. Lastly, he must pray often and always be thankful for what the Most High has given him. Yep. And we're going to be in that same, we're in that spirit now. But how much more in the kingdom? The scripture says we on our beds, we're going to be praising the Lord. You know what I'm saying? But this is how you know King James is an Israelite, man. It says the second book, James encouraged his son to be a good king as opposed to a tyrant. So because we can't be tyrants. We can't be tyrants on one another. And we're not supposed to be tyrants over what the Lord has given us. And we're brothers, we're leaders. We ain't supposed to be tyrants over, I don't like to say this because but I understand my position. I'm an elder in the king. But I can't be a tyrant over the brothers that I've been given. You know what I'm saying? I can't be beating this brother. Yo, brother, do this, do some push-ups. Like, what the fuck, bro? First of all, these brothers belong to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, as well as myself. And our roles are interchangeable with one another. If I'm not here, this brother's the head. If this brother's not here, this brother's the head.
That's right.
We got to have the same mentality of, look, I can't be a tyrant over what the Lord has given me. Right? Now, our rulership is going to be tyrannical to the heathen, because we're going to force them to do everything that they're supposed to do, that the Lord has given us for them to do, but it's still going to be in order. But it says, let me read this again. And James encouraged his son to be a good king as opposed to a tyrant by establishing and executing laws as well as governing with justice and equality, such as by boosting the economy. It is important to invite foreign merchants into the country and to base the currency on gold and silver, likewise according to James. And why did King James do that? Because that's what the Lord said. That's what the Bible says, currency should be based on gold and silver, nothing else. And it should be a just weight and balance. All right? And it says a good monarch, this is getting to being a king. It says a good monarch must be well acquainted with his subjects, so it would be wise to visit each of the kingdoms every 3 years. Remember, he was the king of Scotland, Ireland, and England. It says during war, he should choose old but good captains to lead an army of young and agile soldiers. Remember that one king, he didn't take the advice of the elders. He took the advice of the young dudes, and he ended up fucking being destroyed. You know, he was listening to his friends, man. So it says, in the court, in the household, he should carefully select a loyal gentleman and servants to surround him. This is what part of being a king. It says, when the time came to choose a wife, it would be best if she were of the same religion and had a generous estate. However, she must not meddle with governmental politics, but perform her domestic duties. As for inheritance, to ensure stability in the kingdom, as for inheritance, to ensure stability, the kingdom should be left to the eldest son, not divided among all children. Where he get that from? The Bible.
Yeah.
King James patterned his life off of the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shah.
And that's completely the opposite of what Esau's doing now.
Completely the opposite, and that's why there's so much wickedness and destruction going on. Yeah. Now, like King Solomon said, his kingdom is going to be left to somebody that's lesser than him. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened with King James. His sons and sons, they weren't as wise as he was, and eventually he had to go down anyway. But anyway, it says instead of not divided among all children. Lastly, it is most important to James that his son would know well his own craft, which is to properly govern over his subjects. To do so, he must study the laws of his kingdom and actively participate in the council, man. And none of this didn't mention fuck a bunch of bitches, you know, just laying around the house. He ain't mentioned none of the perks. This is an actual brother. Being a king is a profession, bro.
That's right.
We are highborn, man. We're not lowborn. That's why we in the truth, because we're actually highborn men, right? So we're held to a different standard. You can't do what the low levels do. Right. So going back into the kingdom of heaven, we're going to be over world economies. Even Esau, even though he's fucked up and all, he's wicked and unrighteous, he got a certain way to doing things. Not every Edomite can go to the WEF, man, because y'all don't understand the particulars. You ain't initiated in none of this. You don't know what the fuck is going on. You be sitting there waiting to go smoke a fucking cigarette and chew some spit. You know what I'm saying? And eat some fucking pork. You know what I'm saying? That's low level Edomites.
Yeah. Most of them are very unwise.
Yeah, they're super unwise. So you can't have them. They can't be where them people are at. Even though we all on the same planet, they in a separate area of the planet, doing what kings do with the earth. Likewise, we're going to be the same way. So let's go to Deuteronomy.
That's right. This is in the book of Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1. It says, "And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee."
It said he's going to set us above all nations that are on the earth. So it ain't no universal equality. We're not all the same.
We ain't all the same.
Hell, we ain't all the same now. No, how much more in the kingdom of heaven, man? We're not all the children of the Most High. Only the elect right now. And then the 2/3 will come back as children in the new war in the kingdom. But these other nations, they don't have no part in that.
The scriptures even say all Israel is not Israel.
Right.
1/3 and 2/3.
Yep. So,
you know,
and that's just the way it got to be on this side, and that's okay, because the Lord is dealing with the government. We're the governing body. All right, Lord willing, we probably elect 144,000, and even guess what? Even the elect under the 144,000, they're gonna have preeminent positions within the kingdom, just like in this society. You got there's levels to this rulership, and then you have the average Israelite. You know what I mean?
Like even like I'm thinking as a man, even though the 2/3 are gonna come back in righteousness and be kings and priests, they're gonna have like a lower position. They're still gonna be kings, but they might be the ones dealing with the heathens directly. The governing body. We ain't gonna go down and talk to a heathen king unless we have to do like a big judgment.
Yeah, he got to present himself.
Yeah, but if not, that's what the the rest of Israel is gonna be doing. The ones that were the 2/3 and now, came back in the kingdom. That's what they're gonna be doing.
They gotta. Everybody gonna have. They gonna have provinces.
That's
Our
right.
sons going. These 2/3 that come back, they ain't gonna be called 2/3. They're gonna be our sons. These are our
That's right.
sons. You looking at these wild niggas out here, brother? These are our children.
Yeah.
Right? These are our future babies running around here. All these wild ass bitches, these whores, these are future daughters. Because they got to come back, right?
Yeah.
So these are future children. So, but they're going to be perfected in the kingdom. So they're going to have roles and they're going to have positions. Esau gets, when you, people get mad about the term nepotism. Ain't nothing wrong with nepotism, bro. I'd rather put my family in position. These are my family members. I'd rather put my family members in positions of fucking power than some nigga that I don't know.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't trust them. I know these men. I can trust them. I trust them with my life. So
right.
what is nothing to trust them with my substance, right? That's how it's supposed to be. Your children's supposed to be inheritors of that, and they're gonna get their role. And they, you know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody's gonna have their order because Jerusalem is gonna be the capital. That's where we're gonna be at.
Yeah.
We're gonna be there, Yahushua, King David, the rest of the 12 apostles, and everybody else on down. That's the part of the governing body. We've been getting these AI pictures lately, and I be seeing these pictures of it's like all these men with crowns on their heads in one room together with Yahushua, man. That's the body. That's the governing body.
Yeah.
And it's conversations I be thinking like, man, the conversation that's gonna be spoke up in there is gonna be only for our ears, man.
That's right.
And until the Lord say, okay, now you can disseminate this particular information out, but this is for us right here. You know what I'm saying? And policy is gonna be ran from there. The bank, the major bank, we're gonna have a world bank. We're gonna be the world bank. It's gonna be stemmed from out of Israel.
That's right.
Out of Jerusalem, bro. When we go get them letters from these different nations when they stand up asking for loans to rebuild their lands. And they got to be built a certain type of way. They just can't build it any way they want. So when they get the infrastructure designs, guess where they got to push it up the ladder.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Oh,
we got to know what's going. We got to get first dibs on signing off on it. Okay, y'all allowed to do this, but wait a minute. Tell them no, not right here, because if they do it too far this way, it's going. Yeah, I mean, fuck up the shit.
It's gonna be
you know what I'm
true.
saying?
Right.
So we're gonna have children. Our sons gonna be in charge of that. Hey, go ahead and make sure that they executing this correct. All right, no problem.
Yeah.
Take your little brothers with you too, man. All right, cool.
Total order.
That's order.
That's right.
And we're gonna be up there making decisions, just like they do in the capital, just like they do in all these different high level organization meetings that they dictate policy. We're gonna be dictating policy, bro.
Making laws.
Exercising the law.
Exercising
the law of Yahweh Shai.
Because the law is already set.
Yeah, because it's already set. All we gotta do is execute it.
It's executed.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 3, it says, "Or blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground."
So our children gonna be blessed. The ground that we walk on gonna be blessed. You know what I'm saying? It says, "Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body," which is our children,
"and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kin,
so all
and the flocks of thy sheep."
And read in the NLT.
In the NLT it says, "Your children and your crops will be blessed."
Your children and your crops will be blessed. So when it's harvest time, it ain't gonna be no bad harvests ever.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be harvest to the. You saw it too?
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck. There's like a moth or something, but it's gonna be blessed to the infinite power. Yeah, you saw it too. Yeah, go ahead, keep reading, bro.
It says, "The offspring of your herds and flocks will be blessed."
The offspring of your herds and flocks. So even our animals are gonna be blessed. So they're gonna multiply in vigorous mass numbers. You remember when they killed Gad? I mean, when they were taking over Gad, they killed all them buffaloes and shit, man. Those are hundreds of thousands of buffalo, bro. Well, guess what? In the kingdom, it's gonna be billions and billions of buffalo, man. Running wild, running around, doing their thing, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rams, lambs. All kinds of beasts, man. It's gonna be increased. Keep reading.
Well, back in the KJV, verse 5,
Salakia, brothers. Hey, can we move over into the light? It's getting dark.
Yeah.
Oh, you all right?
Miss me. Ha. Close but no sleep.
That's your water? Get your keys and seats.
And that's why we stay in order now. Because the Lord is preparing us for that.
Yeah,
You know?
he's setting us on. Yahweh Shai is setting us on a high level, man.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like higher than we could ever expect. You know? Being a prophet is not an easy job. It's not an easy profession. But it's our profession.
It takes discipline.
Yeah. It takes sacrifice.
Discipline, sacrifice.
It takes faith. It takes hope.
It takes good character.
That's right.
Because character is something you do, you build when nobody's around.
That's right.
Like, what are you doing when the brothers are not around?
Yep.
Are you making right decisions?
Yep.
Are you making bad decisions?
Yep. And if you do make a bad decision, how you correct it?
How you correct yourself?
How you correct it? That's right, my brother. You know what I'm saying? So again, understand this, brother. The kingdom of heaven ain't gonna be a loop video. There's perks to being a king, and we're gonna enjoy every last one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also a job to do. Mind you, we creating a whole, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, we're establishing a whole nation. We're establishing order on a planet that doesn't have any. You know what I'm saying? But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, we have been given this position to do a job, and we're going to do it. You know, so again, you got to understand, you got to get out of that apartment mindset. That's what Elder Ariella teacher taught us some years ago about escaping that apartment mindset. Mm-hmm. You know, you just thinking in your four walls. It's so much greater than that.
Way greater.
And so that's why, Slakia, brother, that's why, like, you know, that woman, she came on, someone said, well, what the women going to have in the kingdom, and how we going to be a princess if it's all these other princesses? Bitch, all of us going to be royalty, bro. What the hell? You know what I'm saying?
Royal.
Yeah, you got to be thinking royal. You're going to have a royal mindset.
Royal mindset.
You got to have a royal mindset. Certain things you just don't do because it's beneath you. You know what I'm saying? And that's not just talking about menial tasks. That's talking about dumb shit, wickedness, evil. You know what I'm saying? That stuff should be beneath you, to the point where you don't get down like that. You know, the woman, she was worried about her husband sleeping with other wives. Bitch, there's something called wives for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So, but that should be the least of your worries and concern, because it don't concern you.
That's right.
You gotta think on a level that concerns you. You know what I'm saying? And so, again, it's not just because we're gonna have these access to these resources and these perks of the kingdom. We still have a job to do. Our mindset, when we go home, and matter of fact, when we get amongst each other and we talk about the kingdom, we ain't even talking about slam, bam, and bang bitches like that, bro. First of all, what this man do with his woman and his wives, that's his business. I don't need to know that. You know what I'm saying? So when we get together, we talk. What are we talking about? We talking about things that are edifying.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And your woman don't edify you that much on this side. So we're thinking about things that's higher. Again, we're talking about running the whole world, a worldwide universal operation.
And you know, even in the law it tells us that, you know, once we sleep with a woman and all that, we become unclean. So there's gonna be certain things that, you know, we can be doing right after having sex. So you can be fucking all the time.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be doing things that are holy, man.
Yeah.
So that alone should let you know that, look, there's gonna be things that we're gonna be focused on in the kingdom that are gonna be way, way, way more important than just having sex with all these fucking women, man.
Yeah,
and that's something that the women don't understand. They think that the most, how do you call that? The apex of our rulership is just having a bunch of bitches. Like, that's the best perk that the Most High could give us.
You out of pocket, bitch.
Yeah.
That pussy ain't shit.
Yeah.
And after you done with it, it's like, now what? Now let me go wash up and go to sleep or go do something else.
Let me meditate on important things.
Yeah, let me meditate on something important. That's just, everything has its purpose. Sex has its purpose, man.
That's right.
When we fucking, we ain't just gonna be fucking and be fucking. We fucking to bring back our nation, bro. But as soon as we lay down with you, you're gonna get knocked up. So you gotta understand what comes. You gotta understand what comes behind that.
That's right.
You gotta. Oh shit! I'm about to be a mother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sex is not gonna be like now today.
Yeah.
Like bitches wanna have sex like 100 times a day and
for
shit.
pleasure's sake.
Pleasure.
That's all. That's all it is. They're not even trying to procreate because once reality happens with procreation coming behind it, they want to kill a baby.
Yeah.
So they don't even want to use sex for what it was made for. Yes, it's pleasurable. Yes, it's supposed to be, right? Because you joining two people together. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot that come behind that. If you're an Israelite woman, I'm laying with you. I'm not just laying with you. I'm just joining my family to you.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Now my whole family got to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Now your family got to know me. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a covenant between your father and my father, or your father and me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it ain't just about that. Now we gonna have concubines, but guess what? We gonna have babies with them too.
Yep.
But those women gonna be the women of the other nations who we done conquered and captured, and then that's gonna be our pleasure to it. Because a woman is nothing but a toy for a man. That's all she is.
That's it.
You a baby making toy machine.
Well, you were speaking about, the things we're gonna do in the kingdom, man. It brought to mind that saying, that people have in the world, Rome was not built in a day.
Yeah.
So I looked up the meaning, and it says, quote, Rome wasn't built in a day. It's an adage. It's an adage attesting to the need for time to create great things. It is the usual English translation of the medieval French phrase "Rome ne fut pas fait un jour" from the collection, from a book. But yeah, pretty much what the great things take time to build.
Yeah.
And like the elder was going into, man, hey, we're gonna create the perfect kingdom, man.
Yeah.
So it's not just gonna be like, oh yeah, the Lord gave us the new bodies, and then just go on a fuck face and party and like, nah, man, like that. We gotta clean up the lands. We gotta, set the animals, the plants back in order, everything, man.
Because we can't forget about that. We're gonna have a lot of work to do on this planet. When we say we got work, he is gonna have much work. Yep. But like the priest is going into, like, it's other planets we gonna go to, man. We're gonna have to search them out and see what that's about. Ain't got no time to be playing with no fucking woman talking dumb. Well, she ain't gonna be doing that. But again, you see the level of thinking that we're on. That's not the average mindset of an average Jake. We're talking about going to other planets. Yeah. We're talking about establishing a kingdom that's going to take over 1,000 years to be perfected on this planet. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have it's a lot of logistics that goes into that. A lot of moving parts are going to be within this thing. Yeah. You got the governmental orders. The order got to come down. Then you got to have the execution of the orders. Then you got to have the workers, the employees, the laborers. They got to be watched over too. It's certain things. Yeah, we talk about whooping their ass, but they're gonna be in order too. You can't forget the Sabbath. They got to rest on the Sabbath. So you got to take into account the Sabbath coming up. Well, how much building can they do? Get it done. You know what I'm saying? And then the Sabbath is a rest day. You know what I'm saying? And an average day in the kingdom not gonna be like an average day hit. Which it's already what's it, Saturday night right now. Yep. In our kingdom, shit's gonna take a while for the nighttime to come, because time gonna be slowed down. Things gonna be maximized, and really the night is the beginning of the next day. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of operation, a lot of moving parts that's gonna go into all of this, and we're gonna be in charge of that.
Like, for me, one of the best lessons we ever gave at your crib was the night you went into all the laboring, the logistics of how it's going to be in the kingdom. Mind blowing. I don't remember that, but hey, you broke it down. The labor, broke it down how King Solomon did it with the laborers, what he had coming in from the other nations, and what he was going out. Yeah, but it told you that like once every 3 years, he sent a whole navy to America to get gold, silver, and then he ain't just send them. He ain't send them Hamites by themselves. He had Israelite management on top of their ass, man. That was some heavy. You know what I'm saying? It was Israelites running the operation, man, making sure these heathens were doing the right fucking thing. Because you know how a motherfucker be trying to take a little bit off of the top and shit and hide it in his pocket. No, you couldn't do that, bro. You got checked. Everything had to be checked and put in categorized and allotted for because it didn't belong to us. It was King Solomon's. Yep, and that goes back to order.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the order in the kingdom. Ain't gonna be no shortcuts.
No shortcuts.
You know.
Look, another one, it says the expression Rome was not built in a day signifies that great achievements do not take shape overnight. They are the result of continuous effort, planning, and patience.
They're the result of what? Continued effort, planning, and patience, man. And we know patience is long suffering. It take a minute. But while we wait, hey, we're gonna go do this. While we wait. You know, we ain't gonna be standing over no Edomite like, yo, is he working or not? Nah, bro.
Is he done?
Dog. We're gonna have this ain't he done. We're gonna have fucking Ham and them doing that shit, bro.
Hey, nigga, hurry up.
Yeah, they gonna be on their ass like that. We gonna send out the order, and then
we gonna be on their ass.
Yeah, yep. And they don't want us on their ass. So they're gonna make sure they on their ass.
Yep.
Because they don't want to get fired, they don't want to get taken out, they don't want to be in their minds.
Yep.
They don't want to be fucked up, so they're gonna listen to it. It takes some time.
Yep.
And remember that, you know, all the splendor, all the things that spoken of in the scriptures, man, it's gonna take time to build those type of things, man. Because hey, where's all that gold? Where's all the things gonna come from, man? It has to be, you know, taken from somewhere, carried, transported, all that stuff, man.
Yep.
So before we get before we get to those scenes where, you know, like the pictures that brothers be sharing, where like the kingdom, the castles are built, we already got our, you know, all our ornaments, our garments, all that stuff. Hey, the work has to be done to get there, man. That's why the scriptures say that we're gonna rule with Yahweh during those 1,000 years, and what's gonna be done there? The Lord's gonna give us all that knowledge on how to do things the perfect way, and then we're gonna teach these heathens how to do it.
Leaders
man.
of the people who's
Yeah,
a good
choose
leader.
Well, that's after the slavery.
Yeah, after the
But
slavery.
that's after this. But you're right.
Eventually it's gotta come.
It take. And guess what? That's gonna be you know how like Esau like to take you through the hiring process, man. You think you're gonna get the job, and you fuck around, you don't get the job, some other dude get it.
No, not you.
That's gonna happen, bro. We're gonna have I forget, an interview process, man. I don't know how that's gonna go.
And the women gonna have to do that with their slaves.
Yeah.
Because our wives are gonna have slaves.
They're gonna have to be taught. So it's a lot of things that's gonna have to go down.
You got to be taught how to pick the right concubines for your
husband, for your king. Because you know what he like. You know what he into. You know he like them big booty bitches. You know what I'm saying?
I remember the elder brother Amawanga Bar in New York. He was doing a lesson about that. And he was saying, this is what he said. He said, I'm going to let my wife now pick my concubines. He said, because she knows what kind of women I like.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, that's heavy.
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful, man. That's the type of spirit she's supposed to be.
That's the kind of spirit you're supposed
to be.
She
pick them there. Hey, I know he like this type of woman he into.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't going to be no low self-esteem type bitches either. It's going to be, you know he like them nice chicks. Like my oldest daughter mom do that, man. My first wife, she does that. You know, she used to take my daughter walking, and they would pick, you think your dad like her? She's like, yeah, I think she'll like her. He'll like her. She's his type. That's his type. That's how it's supposed to be, bro.
That's how it's supposed to be.
You know what I'm saying?
That's order.
That's order. And there's nothing wrong with it because they don't take no love from one woman to the next.
That's
man.
right.
See, each woman is loved in their own condition. But be thankful they loved by you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, again, like we're going to have before all infrastructure, any infrastructure is built, the land got to be cleansed.
It's going to be so much to do.
Yeah, the land got to be cleansed. The land got to be cleansed. It says that at the 7 days, I'm sorry, it says we're going to hand out continued employment. And these nations, the super elites of the nations, they got to clean up the spot first.
That's right.
Because it got to be cleansed. The land got to be cleansed of all the dead bodies and all the filth. You know what I'm saying? I keep reading. Right. Where you at, Deuteronomy?
Back in Deuteronomy 28 and verse 6, it says, blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out. The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face.
Yep, and that's what's going to happen when the Lord comes back and destroy these armies. Go ahead. And then on top of that, when we come out of them chariots and we're going to conquer the earth with Yahweh Shai and the apostles. Go ahead.
It says, they shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways.
Yeah, they're gonna scatter. They're gonna march into us, and they're gonna see us, and then they're gonna get the hell up out of there. Go ahead.
The Lord shall command the blessing upon thee and thy storehouses, and in all that thou settest thine hand unto, and he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord Yahweh thy power giveth thee.
Well, we did in the NLT.
In the NLT it says the Lord will guarantee a blessing on everything you do.
You see, like here, like right now, when you do stuff, it ain't no guarantee that it's gonna be blessed. But in the kingdom of heaven, because that's a part of the kingdom of heaven. Establishing the kingdom of heaven is when Yahweh Shai comes, it's the beginning of the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Israel. Right?
Right.
So whatever we put our hand to, our mind to, is gonna be blessed. Extremely blessed. Like we're never gonna have a downtime. It's never gonna be we're not gonna have in finance they have a black quarter and a red quarter. The red quarter is if they in debt. The black quarter is if they they don't hit every mark and they bring it in profits. So it's gonna be black for us every time, man.
Every day.
Whatever we put our hand and our hearts to do is gonna be magnified and extremely blessed.
Yeah, it's like people make these business plans and whatever, and then they'll have people that are good at with economics and all that. Analyze them and be like, oh yeah, this is a good business plan, and yeah, I guarantee. Well, they don't guarantee it, but they'll say like, yeah, I could see like in 5-6 years, it'll start being like really profitable for you. But then boom, COVID comes around and fucks up your shit. Yeah. So like the scriptures say, hey, the Lord is gonna guarantee a blessing.
Guarantee.
That's like 100%. You're gonna 144%.
Can't go wrong with that.
Ain't nothing gonna go wrong, and you always gonna hit profit.
You never gonna have a bad quarter.
No bad days.
You're gonna have no bad days. You ain't gonna have no down moments. It's gonna always be up and up.
That's right.
Keep reading.
It says, the Lord will guarantee a blessing on everything you do, and will fill your storehouses with grain. The Lord your God will bless you in the land He is giving you.
Yeah, because the nation's gonna have to come to us for these kind of things, right? Remember, when they first stand up, they're not gonna have none of these things. So they're gonna have to, because first of all, they're gonna have to travel back to wherever their lands are at. The earth's gonna be in a different condition, a way better. So you never know. They might have to travel over waters and shit. So they're gonna need food and provisions to sustain them for their travels. And then when they get there, because they ain't stood up yet, what, they gonna walk into a harvest? That's not gonna happen like that. They gotta cultivate their new land, so they gotta come to us for all of that. Just like everybody did in Egypt during the time of Daniel. You know what I'm saying? They had to come to the Pharaoh, which the Pharaoh sent them to him, to Daniel, to divvy out. Keep reading.
It says, verse 9, back in the KJV, it says, the Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, as he hath sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai thy power, and walk in his ways, and all people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and they shall be afraid of thee.
Yeah, they're gonna be afraid of it because they're gonna see the power. Those are sons of the Yahweh. That's Yahshua, man. And they're gonna be shook. They're gonna be scared because we're gonna be the physical counterpart of Yahweh Bashim Shah on the earth, man. And they're gonna see that God power the brother brought out earlier, where he said we're gonna be many most highs. They're gonna be scared as shit of us, man. As they should be. Like Jake is scared of the nations now. The cops pull up behind us, man. That you get that crazy ass feeling in your chest and shit. You don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. You all fucked up because you know either you're gonna have to pay a fucking fine or you
going to jail.
Going to jail.
Or you're gonna get shot.
Or you're gonna lose your life, man. That's fucking scary as shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So whenever they see an Israelite, especially an Israelite man, they're gonna be scared as shit. Go ahead.
Verse 11, it says, and the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the food of thy body, and in the food of thy cattle, and in the food of thy ground, in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers to give thee. The Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven, to give the rain unto thy land in his season, and to bless all the works of thy hand, and thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted. Read it in the NLT.
It says in the NLT, Deuteronomy 28:12, it says, the Lord will send rain at the proper time from his rich treasury in the heavens, and will bless all the works you do.
Yep. So we always gonna have rain and due season. He gonna bless everything we do. Keep reading.
you will lend to many nations, but you will never need to borrow from them.
Right. So we gonna lend to many nations, but we ain't gonna have to borrow from them. Like now in this world, you wanna get a house, you gotta get a loan from Esau, and it's gonna be high interest and all this other bullshit. But in the kingdom of heaven, these nations gonna have to loan from us, and they ain't gonna be like, can I get $10? No, man, we talking about billion and trillion shekel deals, man. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to come to us for that, and we can put usury on them. We can't put it on each other, but we can put usury on them. It ain't gonna be crippling, but you're gonna have to pay that. You're gonna have to pay that tribute, which is that 10%. You're gonna have to pay that first fruit. It gotta come, and it gotta always come, and you can't miss a payment. You better figure it out. You better get it together. Yeah, and show us how you figure it out. Because if we find out you using some crazy ass tax on the people, fucking people up and shit, just to try to get it up because you done fucked up the cash, hey, you're gonna be dealt with, man. Your whole family gonna be erased out of the annals of your kingdom. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be reduced to paupers, man. And then a new family gonna take over because you can't do right.
So
I can see us doing that to these nations, man.
Oh yeah. So as we said, you better come correct.
You better come correct or don't come at all, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna lend the nations, bro. Just like Esau got this IMF, he got his World Economic Fund, he got the World Bank, all of that. We're gonna be the World Bank, bro. We're gonna be the universal bank, bro. Because we're gonna be the bank of the universe, bro. And that's where we're gonna be sitting with Yahweh at his table, which is his bank. We're gonna be running his bank for him, man.
Yeah.
That's right.
For him and King David, bro. Because the money go to the top first, baby. And we gonna love it, bro. That's, you can't put any Jake can't be put in that position. He not fit for that.
That's right.
But Lord willing, we part of the elect, we gonna be fit for that.
Lord willing.
This is the kind of mindset that we gonna be in. And it ain't about the money, it's about the job, it's about the order. It's about the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. And this is what the Lord is getting us ready for.
That's what he
And that's why Paul is saying, like, look, man, it said, which of you, can you find that real quick? It says, which of you said, I think it says, no, you not, you shall judge angels. You shall judge angels, something like that. Basically saying that we have to govern ourselves. We shouldn't go to outside people to try to govern us, because that's what Jake was doing in the Corinthian church. They were going to Rome trying to get them to figure out any type of situation that they had versus going to one another or seeking after the Lord. You got it, brother?
1 Corinthians 6.
Yeah, can you read it up?
From the top, you
You can start at
Start at the top.
Yeah.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 6. It says lawsuits discouraged.
Yeah, lawsuits are discouraged, man.
Discouraged.
When it comes to one another.
Yep.
Because we should be able to deal with one another, communicate with one another effectively.
Mm-hmm.
If this brother loaned me some money and I borrowed from the brother, I'm supposed to pay it back to him.
That's right.
If I don't, I'm stealing from this brother or I'm lying to this brother. He shouldn't have to go to Esau's court to get me to pay what I owe to him. I should fear the Lord enough to do that.
And even if the brother wasn't able to pay it, the scriptures speak about the year of release, man. So if I know that the brother can't pay because of certain situation that happened to him, on that year of release, I gotta forgive that debt, man.
Yeah.
So
yep. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's order. And there's no need to have a heathen jump into our situation and figure out for us, man. But you read it.
And if you go into, I think it's the book of Leviticus, every situation Yahweh Bashim Hashai has covered with a law.
Yep.
So there's nothing that can happen where you can't go to the scriptures.
Yeah.
Whether it's against your brother or whatever the situation may be. There was a law, everything was covered.
Yep.
And that's the scriptures. It says, verse 1, 1 Corinthians 6:1, dare any of you having a matter against another go to law before the unjust.
Yeah, because that's what Esau is. He's the unjust.
So he's the unjust.
He read
It says, and not before the saints.
Well, read it in NLT.
NLT, when one of you has a dispute with another believer, how dare you file a lawsuit and ask a secular court to decide the matter instead of taking it to other believers?
Right. So instead of us going to Esau's law, we might have to speak to the Elder Mawatazah.
That's right.
And he'll call one of the bishop elders, and he'll bring it out. Hey, this is what we got going on down here. All right, brother, y'all, let's figure it out, man. Hey, brother, he'll show their brother where he's wrong at. Hey, brother, you know you got to do this, Make sure you're happy, bro. Because you said it, you got to be a man of your word. So therefore, you could. So we're being. You see how we're governing ourselves amongst each other. That's how we did in the ancient world, bro. This is why the Lord put the Spirit on us to do this now. We don't need Esau. We don't need Esau's court system, his litigious court system, to figure things out, man. Like the woman, she'll run to the court to figure out custody issues with her. You know, divorce lawyers, they prefer that you handle the divorce amicably between you and your wife versus going to the court. There's a thing called arbitration. If you can't get it understood with each other, the lawyers will take it to arbitration. It's not court, but it's similar to court. But at least y'all can sit across the table and talk. But no, these bitches go straight to the fucking.
They go straight to Esau.
Yeah, these bitches run straight to Esau, have you up in his man's court system, and he gonna fuck you and destroy you, man. And she's doing that shit out of spite. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to do that. You're supposed to handle things at the lowest level, bro.
That's right.
I learned that in the army, man. Let's handle things at the lowest level before it get too hot, man. But Jake don't have the constitution, the mental constitution to do that. Keep reading, bro.
Verse 2, don't NLT or KJV. KJV. Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world?
See that? We're gonna judge the earth, bro. Yep.
It says, and if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters?
Can you look up the word world? See what it says in Antoine?
Okay.
And I think it says cosmos because we're gonna be judging our nation. You not know that the saints shall judge the world, cosmos. So it's other Israelites.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna judge what the 12 tribes of Israel. So read it again, brother.
Verse 2, do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters?
You see, if the whole nation be judged by us, are we not worthy to judge the smallest matters?
Yeah.
A simple dispute amongst each other? Come on, bro. Go ahead.
Verse 3, know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life?
Reading the NLT.
NLT, don't you realize that we will judge angels? So you should surely be able to resolve ordinary disputes in this life.
So we're going to be giving judgments out to the angels. So we should be able to settle out ordinary disputes in this life that we're living, man. Again, that's a kingly mindset. That's a supervisor, managerial mindset. That's a business mindset. All right? That should be an Israelite man's mindset, bro.
And ultimately, that's the mindset of Yahweh Shemini Shai.
Right. So we should be able to judge accordingly and not have to use this world. Because remember, we're being put on a higher level, man. And that's why these nations are going to see it. Like, damn, they can judge amongst each other. They don't have to go to a court system. They don't have to go to a corrupt court system at that to get something, accomplished. They can do it amongst each other. Let us learn how to do that. And in the ancient Near East, they did that. You had the circle of elders. They would come together and they would judge matters that were happening amongst their people, amongst their tribe, man. That's right. And they had Esau stepping in with his fucking satanic gown on into a satanic courtroom, blaspheming the spirit of the Lord. They didn't have to do that. They did it amongst themselves, man. No matter how strict the law was. They had the ability to judge life and death matters. And we're going to be the same way.
That's right. It all comes back to order.
Yeah. You done on that? You done on that?
Yeah.
That's pretty much. You want to read some more? Go ahead and read it, man. The spirit on you.
Yeah, they just finished Deuteronomy 28 and verse 13. It says, and the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail.
We're going to be the head, not the tail. We're going to be the top nation. Right now, we're the least of the other nations. But in the kingdom, we're going to be the top. Go ahead.
And thou shalt be above only.
We're going to be above only. We ain't never going to fall off. Go ahead.
And thou shalt not be beneath. If that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy power, which I command thee this day to observe and do them, And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after the gods, after other gods, to serve them.
And that's where sin came in at. You know?
That's right.
So Lord willing, we hope you were edified. Then it closes out, brother.
Yeah, we hope you were edified. Slakia. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakodash.
Want to say double honors and blessings for the apostles and the elders and the elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom until Lord willing next week.
Hey, shalom to the
Shalom
elect.
to the elect.
elect.